What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, though? Man, oh man. Sweet home Alabama. It went down, right? Oh man, it's getting real wild in Alabama. If you haven't seen it, you haven't heard about it, I'll probably put it on my community tab. I heard they've been taking the video down off of IG. But shoot, I can't play it over here on YouTube anyway. Maybe later. Sneak it in. But we got to talk about it, man. This video is going pretty doggone viral. A lot of people are responding with it in numerous different ways. Some people are excited about it. They think it's great. Some people are appalled by it, and they think this is wrong, and it's utterly disgusting to see adults behaving this way, whether they were black, white, indifferent. So we'll talk about it on this episode. Let's run this intro. It's your man Nash. Let's get it.
This is my passion. This is what I love to do. But some days, sometimes, I'm just like you, man. I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job. From a good dream I awake, sun rays on my face, planning out my day, hoping this ain't the one that I catch a case. I feel so good, I feel so straight. My manager keep calling me saying, hurry up, you late. Hurry up, you lay off. Y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Been trying to play it cool, but it's hard to play it off. I've been hanging on to this bullshit, cause my car still ain't paid off. I know I'm on my way up. My boy just got laid off, so y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. These hoes here so ratchet. These niggas here so sneaky. Y'all don't even really pay enough for y'all to only pay bi-weekly. I'm trying to double up my cash. Take this job, shove it up your ass. Yo, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. We're the reason why your stockholders always stay afloat. Yet I'm asking, are they hiring? Like everywhere I go, schedule will say 9, but I think it's fine if I clock in at 9:04. I work 40 hours a week plus overtime just to be bro. So y'all, man, I hate this job. Hate that I applied. So much has transpired since the day that I was high. Told me I could advance, but you were telling me lies. Gotta give your notice before I quit, but you don't say shit right before I'm fired. Damn, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. You and your procedures, you and your protocol, you and your policies, none of that shit don't apply to me. You and your quotas, you and your standards, you and your 2 sick days a year. Y'all niggas bananas. Wonder why the postman's posted with hammers, going postal with Popo on camera. His wage got him enraged, stressed out, it's hard to maintain. He flips the middle, grabs his. He said, if you don't get the picture, I quit, you ain't shit, mother. Man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Look, man, I hate this job. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm out here trying to take care of my family. Damn, I hate this job. It's not always glamorous, for real, but I do what I gotta do for me and mine, you know? Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. like you, nigga. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or the host. They do not explicitly nor necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during the program. Basically, if I didn't say it, don't come for me. You come for the person who said it. And please don't sue me for somebody else's words. With that said, let's start the show, motherfucker.
1, 2, 1, 2.
It's that squad sound.
Y'all hear me out there? Good. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, though? What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man, Marq Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking Beats. You already know what it is. If you didn't, allow me to introduce you. This is a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly. You know why? Life is serious enough. Life getting real serious in Alabama, man. Oh my God, it's going down in a major way. Them folks out there throwing them things. Look like a WWE Royal Rumble type thing got going. People slinging chairs. Girls was on girls, boys was on girls, and guys. Oh man, it was a little wild. It was a little wild. We're gonna talk about it on this episode, but I would be remiss if I didn't start this show off like I start off every episode with the neighbors only roll call. Because without the neighbors, the show wouldn't be the show at this level. We're well on our way to 20K, man. We're moving right along. Gonna be at 20K in no time. So let me show you how to join members today. I'll put a link out there if you want to support the show. Content like this, if you like this type of content, click the link and let me earn that. I'll earn it from you by the end of the show. I guarantee. Let me put the link out there. Join members only or upgrade your members only. If you already a member, upgrade. We have a lot of content up there that at every level. All right. So let me do this neighbors only roll call and we'll get right into it. All right. Take it from the top.
Your back is broken. What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal. Shout out to my guy Megazar.
What up?
Ace Retro, let's go.
What up?
Cam, my man. What up, Cam?
What up?
Mr. Lay Low.
What up?
Titus the Titan.
What up?
Mr. Paz, my lad.
What up?
Adam Kelly, all the way in Australia. Mama, we made it.
What up, gangsta?
Down under. All right.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Patricia Shelton.
What up?
That guy Eclipse 330 early.
What up, gangsta?
The Boxing Scholar.
What up?
God Body.
What up?
Scans Rants.
What up?
Seen and Unseen Boxing.
What up?
Deuce Times.
What up?
Stephen Bateman, all the way in Australia. Mama, we made it down under twice. Shout out to Australia, man.
What up, gangsta?
My folks out there in Sydney and Melbourne. Thank you for supporting the show in a major way. I Know Boxing.
What up?
Tell Toya.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner.
What up?
Ricardo Johnson.
What up?
Rockman. What up, Rockman?
What up?
Juan Davila, the Rilla, aka Epoxy Magic. What's popping, my G?
What up?
AJ, he don't play.
What up?
Johnny Goodman, what's up, man?
What up?
Electro Jazz, they getting his bread.
What up?
TY, I know why. Shout out to my boy TY in Texas.
What up?
Miguel Ramos, shout out to my boy Miguel Ramos.
What up?
Philip H, the all-time great.
What up?
My girl Abigail Hollis. Holla.
What up?
Shout out to On the Mic with Terrence Bailey Sr.
What up?
I am Cam Edwards. Shout out to you.
What up?
The XO Factory.
What up?
Dub Right Side.
What up?
Mr. Golden, aka the Back End King.
What up, gangsta?
My boy Raheem the Dream Soto.
What up?
Mr. Like That.
What up?
Girl behind the mic, aka Memory. Shout out to my sister Memo.
What up?
John Nori came to tell his story.
What up?
What's popping with Major Key Boxing?
What up?
Lady Shan Dundem season my UK girl all the way in London town.
What up, gangsta?
Shout out to Cooking with the Champ, aka Champion Heart.
What up?
On the floor with Shelton Moore. What's popping, my G?
What up?
Sam from Washington. That's SLG. Shout out to you.
What up?
My other boy Sam. His name is Sam Farley. Shout out to Sam F.
What up?
Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. It's my guy F Merritt. What's popping? Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to these people's channel too. They got a lot of good content.
What up?
Kendall.
What up?
D-Lo 44 Boxing. What's popping?
What up?
My sister Karma Serene with the Serene Saturdays.
What up?
Nick Rich in this bitch. Shout out to my sister Nikki in Central Florida.
What up?
Aaron Parker, the Bit Talker.
What up?
Taylor Bell with TabTech. UnlockSim.com. Unlock your next device today.
What up, gangsta?
Transcendent Sports Channel, my Filipino brother from another, all the way in Canada. Shout out to Canada.
What up?
Fistiana Fights. She just might.
What up?
Jacob Sims, that's him.
What up?
Heplo, let's go.
What up?
MFB.
What up?
Miss Queen Sun kissed, and yes, she was kissed by the sun. Mwah.
What up?
Shout out to Beyond Above the Ring with no, I'm sorry, I said, yeah. I said a Beyond and Above the Ring. Shout out to Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel Donaire. That's 9-time champion Nonito on his way to the Hall of Fame. And we on his way, and we gonna rock with him every step of the way.
What up?
Shout out to True Media Today, USA Boxing. That's my guy, Coach Malachi Williams. What up, Coach?
What up?
Puto.
What up?
Full Revolution, AK Foodie with the Beauty.
What up?
KP from KC5.
What up?
Matt Wade, he got a dope single out called Papa Daddy. Y'all check him out.
What up?
Beyond Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T, aka Marq. That's true. Spence is gonna lose to Crawford.
What up, gangsta?
I'm never letting it go. SF City Slicker.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Rider of the Storm.
What up?
Here to There.
What up?
Media Well.
What
Cliff
up?
Bailey.
What
Con
up?
Shawnery.
What up?
Lisa Bell, she never fails. What up, Lisa?
What up, gangsta?
H.O. Deezy.
What up?
Cooking with Sir Senior.
What up?
Brandon Washington.
What up?
D. Bevel the Champ.
What
And of
up?
course, the big fish himself, my good brother, Derek Lincoln. I'm sorry. Correction. Little Fish.
What up, gangsta?
Little Fish. All right. So I had to go through the parameters. Now, let me do a disclaimer because this is going to be a sensitive issue on this show. Sensitive topic, right? Hope that we can have a respectful conversation about race and race development and where we at in this country and where we aren't and where we should be without leaving this as a open platform to disparage anybody of any race. As y'all can see, when I do that neighbors only roll call, we have people of many cultures, different countries, different genders, all part of this neighborhood. So you got to show love to get love. So I try to show love to everybody, and you guys always, and ladies always show me love too. So gonna have a conversation. Want to talk to you guys about this story, what's going on, get your take and your opinions about it. Should this be celebrated or condemned? Not gonna be here all night on this one. My daughter starts first day at a new school tomorrow, so this is gonna be a new school, new situation. I gotta go in there and do a lot of paperwork. So, man, I don't want my baby to go to this. I want my baby to go nowhere. My wife said I gotta let go, though. We gotta both let go. So, got a busy day tomorrow, so I am gonna rock out with y'all up here for a little bit, and then y'all know I'm taking it to members only. Matter of fact, this video probably will be. What's this? Man, this ain't official. Hold on, somebody's saying. Man, send me a official link by someone credible. Credible, not a screen. Credible. Who said? Come on, fam. Somebody trying to send me something with the pay-per-view numbers for Spence and Crawford, but they just sent me a screenshot of somebody else's screen. But nah, bro, that ain't official. All right, let me see what they're saying. So basically, let me give y'all the background on this story. So for those who don't, and then I'll open the phone line up. I'll open the phone lines up after that. Let me see. So, okay, now they got some people detained. Now, let me give what's the most recent update? 28 minutes ago. Here we go. 28 minutes. Damn, this called the Swisher post, nigga. These niggas, the Swishers. Okay. Where we at? Oh, Chase shit, man. Okay, this guy named Chase Shipman, owner of the I don't know if that's Vassir Mini Mart. He's identified as the instigator of this Montgomery boat brawl. Let me see. Do we got a picture of him? Yep. Let me put his picture on the screen. So basically, allegations against Chase Shipman is basically saying he started this fight. Now, Montgomery police responded to a disturbance that took place, and several individuals have been placed in custody. The incident has since gone viral on social media due to its alleged racial nature. One of the parties involved in the altercation is Chase Shipman, the owner of the I'm gonna just say Vassar Mini Mart in Alabama. The video footage emerged showing Shipman allegedly instigating the brawl, leading to a severe backlash. Oh, he got backlash, rib lash, jaw lash. Oh, he got all kind of lashes now. Let's be clear. He got all kind of lashes. But we'll continue. Let me share the screen and put this article on the screen. Let's put the article on the screen. Right here. Video footage has emerged. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I read that already. Leading to severe backlash, face lash, jaw lash. Basically, people retaliated. As a result, Shipman deleted his Facebook profile amid mounting criticism. The riverboat parking dispute. Now, here we go. The incident reportedly began when a pontoon boat blocked the dock space reserved for Harriet 2 riverboat, leading to an argument between the parties involved. The disagreement escalated. Don't they always? Yeah. The disagreement escalated, resulting into a physical altercation and a racially charged confrontation. And it was like that too. It was like black versus white. As soon as you walked up, if you was black, it was a problem. Or white. So let me see what they saying in the chat. Shout out to D-Ray Promotions. I see you, Bronze. What up, D-Ray? Clip said, yes, Deuce Times. Buddy definitely was on his God of War shit. There was one dude I saw just swimming over there. He jumped off the boat, swam over there. He didn't really do nothing though. I didn't really see him do too much when he got over there. He just was just there chilling. Kind of weird. Did all that swimming over there. And now, granted, swimming does get you tired. My man probably was tired after swimming all the way over there. But I had the phone lines open for this. Let y'all call in and voice your opinion. Tell me what you think of this story. The number's on the screen, 404-692-1766. 404-692-1766. Call in, voice your opinion. I'll put you right in the mix. Somebody say group a link. I don't want to call in. Yeah, you got to call in, bro. What you can't say over the phone that you got to say on the panel, Terrence Bailey? What's the problem? He said group a link. What's a group a link? Oh, you probably mean drop a link. Just call in. Why you can't call in? I'm gonna give you the floor. Let you get your bars off. Let me see this. Let me go at the top. Let me take it from the top. Got a lot of comments on this one. Terrence Bailey said, if we acted like that, George Floyd and many others would still be alive. To be fair, that wasn't a police officer. This wasn't police. These are just civilians in a fight. 915, you on the line. Tell her your name, where you from, fam.
Now I was saying drop a link because it's easier to do the link that it's calling in.
Oh no, man. People been using phones before they even knew what a drop a link was. This the original link. Appreciate you calling in, though. Talk to me.
All right, well, I'm a new nigga. Well, anyway. Yeah, hey man, look. Like I said before you went live in the comment section, if we had brothers just act like that, man, we wouldn't have had a George Floyd situation. we probably wouldn't have had an Emmett Till situation. We wouldn't have had a whole lot of situations. You know what I'm saying? If black folks stayed on code. The biggest problem that we've had while we had ancestors pass away before their time, while other people, you know what I'm saying, of our community stood back and watched, you know, feeling powerless or thinking they were powerless, when you're probably the most powerful individuals on the scene. This is why we have a lot of people in the ground right now because of black bystanders. You know what I'm saying? This right here, what we saw, and then in Mississippi of all places, one of the most racially divided, most racial places, one of the spots where the Klan rode the hardest, you know what I'm saying, throughout history, where you had, you know, that young man that swam across, he jumped in the water and swam across in order to help that a man who was an elder to him. And then all those brothers who came running down and the sisters who came running down, and they did indiscriminate ass whooping because them people were wrong. Now, the people the folks who was in that boat that moored that boat along that dock were in the wrong. They had no business being there. And when the brother who was a dock worker went over there to tell them, hey, look, you can't be here. We got a boat coming in. They thought it was appropriate to cast racial disparages and then try to put their hands on. They all got exactly what they deserved, and it was well overdue. Now, what I hope is that a lot of other brothers and sisters from other communities will follow suit and do the same thing, especially when they see an overzealous cop doing this type of stuff. You know, so hopefully this is a catalyst for what goes on later, and I think it's poignant the fact that it happened in Mississippi, in the state of Mississippi, in the deep South. I think it's poignant that it happened there, and these brothers and sisters need to stand up, especially in a day and time where they're trying to tell our young brothers and sisters that knowing their history is a bad thing. You don't need to know that. That was in the past. Leave it alone. And that's why a lot of these kids are lost, because they're being indoctrinated. But this right here should show you that you should not be drinking that DeSantis Kool-Aid, and you need to be out here fighting for your people and trying to keep the history alive. If nothing else will let you know about your history, it'll be a racist white person. And I think all of them got a jolt right then and there, and there was an ancestral act.
You said
there was
what?
an ancestral ass whooping. There was an ancestral act. There was an ancestral ass whooping. So that's all I got, brother.
I got a question for you. So you saying, so the question I have of the night, should this be condemned or celebrated? It seems you want to celebrate this, right?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it can be looked at in two different ways. You'll have some people, and I'm not saying it's right, you'll have some people that say, oh no, they should have talked it out. They should have. See, those are people that are of the soft generation that has been cultivated by CPS and all that stuff in the timeout generation. But then you have those individuals of us who are tired of being mistreated and tired of being beat on and tired of being downtrodden and tired of being the last. When by this time we should be prominent, but the majority of us are still being trotted over by policies and this, that, and the third, and still got cops and stuff beating on us, and you got certain demographic people that think that because of they support what they would call back the blue, and they think that they are able to put their hands on the suit, like that fireman that had that brother in the chokehold, and the brother's wife had to go and get the gun and kill him because he wouldn't get off of it. This type of stuff, the entitlement.
But
and
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying the entitlement. And I heard a cop say one time during a domestic dispute, where the woman was beating on the guy, and the guy was, and one day the guy eventually struck back, and the cop came in there and he wouldn't arrest the dude. his reply was, if you kick a dog long enough, it will bite you. This is the same. This is the same situation. If you keep kicking someone, they will get up and bite you. And in this case, the one brother who grabbed a chair and went whole WWE and cracked the person across the head with a chair on the dock. Now, speaking of that, the one thing about the whole thing that I did not like was the black cop comes in there and immediately grabs the black guy and roughs him up. That's the one thing about that's the one whole thing about it. That's the whole thing I take away from the whole thing. The black cop comes in there and then roughs up the black dude and roughs him up. It was an older brother and he cooperated, but that young black cop decided that he was going to rough this dude up. Now, granted, he mushed the old white woman and told her to get your privileged ass up out of here, but he took it upon himself to rough up that elder for no reason.
No. That guy, I did see that, Terrence Bailey. That was the guy who was hitting people with the chair. And that second person he hit was a woman, and that was in red. He hit that woman who was already on the ground, who got beat up by the two sisters.
Yeah.
He hit that lady in the head with a chair. Or I don't know where he hit her, because no. But my point is, that guy isn't fist fighting like everybody else. That guy is cracking people in the head with the weapon. So yes, that's why they subdued him. A plastic chair. I don't know if it didn't look plastic to me. I don't know what it was made of. I just know he's hitting some. He's cracking people with a chair though, bro.
It was one of those plastic rental chairs. It was a plastic rental chair.
You can do some damage with that shit, regardless though, bro. When you hitting somebody with it, who's already on the ground, and a woman at that.
Well, there was women out there putting their hands on grown ass men, and what I do know is that there was no black person that had started the whole altercation, and none of the cops came there to try to figure out who started. Any nigga would do when it showed up, which is typical in this nation. Just like with the story the hurricane when Denzel Washington played it. We looking for somebody who committed a crime, whatever, and they pull him over, and Denzel said, well, any nigga do. And that was this situation. They showed up. They didn't try to figure out who started whatever. Any nigga would do. They saw a whole bunch of niggas, so any nigga would do. And it made it so bad. It was a nigga. It was a nigga that had the mentality that any nigga would do. He didn't grab no white person. He grabbed the first nigga he saw. So there's a whole lot of ways to unpack that, brother. A whole lot of stereotypical stuff, a whole lot of indoctrination, a whole lot of self-hate. There's a whole lot of everything in there. You know what I'm saying? Why would you show up to a racial fight as a black cop and the first person you grab is a black person? You see a bunch of black people and white people fighting against each other, whatever, and the first one you grab is a nigga, and you black. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I'm listening.
That's why they say the whole thing with policing ain't so much the rules and whatever. It's the culture. You can put a black cop in a white force and he's just like the rest of them. Studies have shown putting black men or black women in on police forces duty does not make it better for black people. It does not. That is a euphemism. That's false doctrine. Adding more black cops does not make it better for black people. Did you see the study where as a college study where they made a fake prison? Oh yeah. And they put a bunch of college students as prisoners. You know what I'm saying? And if you notice in that study, the ones they put in charge started coming in there with those glasses,
mirror tint glasses, baby.
Chips glasses.
Yeah. Aviator lenses.
Yeah, those Ray-Bans. Yeah.
The aviator
lenses. They started coming in there.
Yeah, but I get your point though. But that experiment wasn't about race though. That was more about power and how power corrupts. These guys were inmates last week, but now you a guard this week, and you start treating people bad. Who was your friends 2 weeks ago?
Well, exactly. So when you add black people into that, and you think you're gonna add some black people into that, and it's gonna make it better for the black inmates or for the black public, it doesn't work that way. Power corrupts and corrupts absolutely. I mean, you're saying they're still human. You can't give a person that type of power over somebody who doesn't have a pure heart. And then how do you figure out who has a pure heart? A polygraph and some tests will not do that. A polygraph can't even be admitted for a court, but they use it in order to justify who's going to be a cop or not. That's just if you had a bad night, if you had an argument with your old lady before the polygraph, you're going to fail it. I'm taking several polygraphs. I've been dinged for telling the truth, and then they told me I was telling the truth when I told a lie.
For sure, I don't want to get off track.
Polygraph.
Yeah, but I don't want to get too off track from the content. But I appreciate you though. You got anything else? I'm gonna try to take some more calls.
No, I'm good, man.
All
Thanks
right.
for the call.
No problem. All right, salute. Shout out to my guy Terrence Davis. All right, phone lines are open. You want to give me your opinion on this? 404-692-1766. 404-692-1766. Yeah, Foodie, that's an old study. I remember seeing that in Psycho 101. They made a movie about it too. It's a good movie. Foodie said, like the black cop in Boys in the Hood who had Trey hemmed up. Yeah, that was good. 30330, you got the flow. Tell them your name, where you from, fam. Oh, didn't answer. 330, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you. How's my audio?
So far, so good. 330, you got the flow. Tell them your name and where you from, family.
What's happening, neighbors? This is the one and only incomparable, that guy, ECLIPZ, broadcasting live from the great state of Ohio. Shout out to our host, Marq Nash, and all the neighbors, everybody in the sound of my voice. How black are we feeling? You know what I'm saying? And that goes for black people of all races.
Talk to me what you think of this topic tonight. Should this be celebrated or condemned?
It should be neither. It should be looked at. It should be looked at as a sign of the times. I'm a firm believer in not only black people, but all oppressed people standing up for themselves. And this was clearly one of those moments where, hell no, you shouldn't let that slide. But I think it's very telling. A lot of people have dealt with versions of racism in America. If you're an adult, you've seen it, but certain people haven't lived in them areas where you get a lot of like racial fights. Like I've lived in areas where it'll be like that, where, you know, as soon as the white boys start getting into it with a black person, then if you're black in that area, you know, you can't be sitting there like, oh, I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's them over there acting up. No, you know, it's that everyone's going to start hitting, and the hitting is going to break down upon racial lines. And I know, as unfortunate as that is, one thing that I did respect about living in neighborhoods like that was it made us really understand our sense of community. Like when I lived in Hawaii and race fights would break out between, say, Samoans, Filipinos, or whatever, and this black dude, like, you're like, you know, they jumping on you, and I'm like, I don't even know him. Like, they'll run up on you and they'll say, shoot, we stick together, you better stick together. And I noticed in my lifetime that it's not really until most black Americans are really faced with those situations that we really understand that all we got is us. And despite our differences, we have to understand that, you know, we are one people and one community. And there are times where we do have to stand shoulder to shoulder with each other. And that's all it is. Stay on code.
So you saying this shouldn't be neither celebrated nor condemned. My question for you is, is this the way we're gonna move forward? Like, is this what people should do?
Honestly,
what happens when they're not white? It's just you just see a group of Latinos jumping on a white guy, or a group of white people jumping on another white guy. Like when do you decide to step in? So, but I'm just saying in general, like what do you think the plan is going forward? Go for it.
I think going forward, it's just people need to be mindful of as adults, we got to learn conflict resolution, and you got to understand that violence begets violence. And like I commented in the chat, I do believe that a lot of violence against African Americans happens because, you know, historically there hasn't been much backlash. Okay, you get your Black Panthers, your Deacons of Defense, your Denmark Macy's, but that's so few and far between. I've said on several occasions, say the George Floyd incident, instead of all them brothers pulling out phones, all it took was one nigga just to not be scared to take your little charge or get roughed up and just walk towards Derek Chauvin. All you had to do was just keep walking towards Derek Chauvin. Hey, get off him. You don't have to be violent or nothing. His training and his instincts, he would get up and relieve that pressure off that man's neck. Worst case scenario, you would have got roughed up. You would have got motherfucking cuffed with obstruction. And charges would eventually got dropped because of all the cameras. But you know what? George Floyd would still be alive. Sometimes I think what these younger people got to realize is tweeting, marching, and pulling out your phone is not true activism. Sometimes you got to roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty, and put some skin in the game. There's no such thing as a bloodless revolution. Just quote the words of the late great Malcolm X.
So you thinking that might have saved George Floyd, but you don't think they just would have started shooting niggas?
No, I don't think they would have shot niggas. Like I said, it's not what you do, but how you do. Say in the Panthers 10-point program, and different organizations to come from that tree. You know, we were always taught to observe our state laws. You know, be within so many feet, but observing the interaction between the police and that member of our community. And you don't have to be violent or whatever, but if he just walked up, hey man, you ain't got to do this, blah blah blah, that cop would have had to get up. That cop would have had to raise up off instinct. He would have. And you don't have to be running up there with a weapon.
It was a lady trying to stop him. She was like, "I'm a nurse. Let me check on her. I'm a nurse. Let me check." They was to get the fuck back the fuck up. That's what they do. And they have,
exactly.
And most people see the gun, the badge, the uniform, the gun, the badge, the handcuffs, the nightstick, the mace, the taser. Don't forget he got a radio and a car with a cage. Yeah. Literally a car with a cage built in the back, and he has that radio, which gives him unlimited resources to call a whole bunch of people with the exact same shit or more. I don't think people want to risk that. People risk that for strangers a lot of times, especially dealing with a cop versus dealing with a civilian. I think is different.
Well, that all goes back to sometimes you've got to be willing. Sometimes you've got to be willing to walk through the fire. Like sometimes I'm one of them people who believe that if the fight worth fighting, then it should be fought, even if victory isn't an option. Sometimes it is the point that you resisted. Greek history.
But for a stranger, though, but we're asking people to. You're asking people to do that for a stranger, not for their mother, sister, wife, daughter, child, brother, son. You know what I'm saying? Cousin, niece, nephew, your neighbor. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the problem with us as people, not just as black people, but as humans. It's never real until it hits your home. So you'll walk by and you'll see this young man getting a cost, and you'll be like, damn, little homie fucked up. But you know good and damn well if that's your son or if that was you want somebody to actually say something or stand there. Like there's been several incidences with me where I didn't know this man for nothing, but I made sure I stayed present right there. I made sure that the cops knew I was right there, to where if y'all gonna do anything outside of, arrest this man and get him up out of here, that shit ain't gonna fly. I am right there. I don't owe that man nothing. I don't whatever. But that's my that's just me. Some people ain't cut like that. Some people, they're only worried about it. But those are the same people who, when it happens to them, now you want to get on the internet and you want us all to march for you. But you kept driving when you saw me getting jacked up on the highway. I'm one of them type of brothers, unless I really got something going on, like I got to get my kids somewhere, go somewhere to work or something like that, and I'm on a time crunch where I just got to be there. I am one of them brothers who will pull the fuck over.
So what is it? What is it? So my question to you is, where does it stop? Where does it start and where does it stop? Is it just when you see white folks fighting blacks? What happens when you see people selling dope in your community or committing crimes in your community and they look just like you? That's the strong community. Is that bad as well? Do we intervene there? I'm just having a discussion. I'm just trying to have the conversation.
No. It's a beautiful conversation because, it goes back to things we talked about. Now, all right, you got to understand, what you're dealing with. Now, if you're part of a certain lifestyle and you're living a certain lifestyle, well, then you got to stick to the codes of that lifestyle. But if you are a citizen, it is your civic duty. Like, we've all played cops and robbers. These people aren't snitches or whatever. This is their job. I've said for years, as much as I love Biggie Smalls, I'm still to this day bothered by that line in Juicy. For all them people who were just trying to call the police on me because I was just trying to get some money to feed my daughter. I understand that, but maybe they want to take care of their sons and daughters and don't want no big ass Jamaican niggas selling crack outside their building, Chris Wallace. I get it. These are civilians. This ain't a nigga like that selling dope with you who's, who's giving the police your name because he got in some shit and he can't handle his thing. We can deal with all these things at once. There doesn't have to be an either or, and we've got to understand that sometimes you have to draw that line and you've got to make it very clear that anybody crossing that line must be dealt with. It's not a black-white thing. If I see a whole bunch of white kids doing something to another white person, at some point as a man, you can't just keep turning a blind eye to injustice because silence is complicity. Okay. That's just where I'm at with it. I mean, I know there's probably going to be people that's going to be disagreeing with me, but remember, we're not talking about gangsters. When we talk about gangsters and gangster shit, there's a whole nother set of rules. When you're talking about an everyday civilian, you goddamn right.
I'm sure all these people look like regular everyday civilians that was involved in this melee, in my opinion.
Exactly, and everyday civilian, they saw an elderly man, a security guard, getting jumped on by about 4 or 5 younger white dudes. And you've seen when the first dude come, it wasn't an immediate reaction to start trying to fight. He's coming trying to break it up.
Right, but
everything.
But he got swung on, yeah. As soon as he came
running up.
Yeah. So it's up.
And so it's up now. I can't fault the other black people who are trying to intercede, who know they're not coming talking. And yes, like Deuce and some of the people in the chat pointed out, yeah, Buddy swam over there. And no, he didn't get too active. He took a second to catch his breath. I'm sure that swim.
Yeah, right. That's what I said too. That's what I said too.
I was open when I was watching the video. I was open.
But I was like, that nigga swam about a length of a pool and a half. Shout out to him for that cardio just to even do that and making a presence. But I guess halfway through, and once he got there, that nigga was like, whew. Nigga, you are not Michael Phelps. This is not. You play basketball, Hakeem. Swimming ain't your sport. But he was a good.
Hey, Mark, in his mind, he didn't think it all the way through. He thought he was just gonna swim over there, hop out the water like some anime shit, and just get to whooping ass like you
nigga, this ain't Fast and Furious. You ain't The Rock. Like that nigga halfway through, that nigga start breathing heavy. He start reconsidering things. Like, okay, now this what I'm gonna do when I get over there. How I'm gonna get this done. But yeah, man, halfway through, that nigga realized this shit looked closer than it was until he started moving them feet fully clothed. Like, nigga, you could swim, but you got on clothes and shit trying to swim over there. Right. Now you over there and all your clothes heavy as hell and you trying to get into a fist fight with some drunk white boys.
Right. I'm just glad he didn't I was like, when I seen the video for the first time and I seen him swim and I'm laughing and I'm saying to myself, buddy, do not swim over there. Get out the water and get put to bed.
And get put to sleep.
Oh my God. He would be internet famous. Nigga swam to an ass whooping.
Yeah, bro. He the big fish.
Yeah, I'm back in the chat, man. But great topic, man. Let's chop this up because, like I said, you're touching on all the right things. At what point does it stop? Is this selective outrage or is this a sign of the times?
I'm just having a conversation. Trying to get some people mad in the chat.
Well, you know they're going to get mad. All right, brother, man. Keep cooking.
All right, man. Salute. Shout out to ECLIPZ. Yeah, man. I'm going to be honest, man. Low key, I'm surprised this video even went viral. Phone lines are open 44692-1766. Call in, voice your opinion. I'll put you right in the mix, all right? I'm actually surprised this shit even went viral like this because I'm under the assumption we just, as a community, as a people, and when I say people, I don't mean black people. I mean just people who are in this era where you see shit on the internet, whether it's Twitter, IG, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. I just thought people were numb to seeing violence on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Especially like this ain't even a good fight. Let's keep it a buck. This won't no skill involved in this. It was some hammer fists going on. It was some people just grabbing each other by the collar. The sisters probably got more busy than some of these fellas. Like they weren't really getting too busy. But I was shocked that, damn, this shit is picking up some steam. They did say some arrests have been made. Let me go back to this article. 817, you got the weapon. Tell them your name, where you from, fam.
Hello, my brother.
Talk to me.
Jumping hard, aka cooking with the champ.
Cooking with the champ.
What's going on, brother?
Welcome home. Talk to me.
It's all good. It's all good.
What's your take on this
Yeah, you know what, man? I'm filming right now, but I just want to jump on and talk about this real quick, man. I don't know if anybody knows the whole basis of how the whole thing started, but I just kind of want to speak on that real quick.
Yeah, I read the article earlier about how they said it escalated. The pontoon was parked in the slot where the riverboat was trying to dock. Correct?
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And my man was trying to get them to move. You know what I'm saying? So that the riverboat could park, and they were like, you know, F you, we not moving. And that started the whole thing. You know, it wasn't until they actually double teamed the brother that was trying to get him to move. You know, it was like five to seven white cats double teamed him. And then that started the whole melee. That's when people started checking and seeing what was going on and started, you know, coming in to get him up off the brother.
So what do you think about this? I see a lot of people saying this. A lot of black folks are celebrating like they just got reparations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I wouldn't. Like, it was like, we won, we did it. I was like, what did we win? Like, cause I'm gonna check my mail tomorrow. Hopefully, I get me a check from this shit. What did we win?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It wasn't.
I've seen more people hype about this shit than Spence versus Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And that was some shit.
I think it was just the thing, you know, a lot of people was like, you know, they were glad that the brothers were on cold and didn't allow, you know, that shit to go down. And next thing you know, you send another report of, you know, an innocent man beaten to death,
right,
for no reason. So I think that's what it is, that, you know, brothers got on cold and they wasn't letting that go down. You know, and that's basically what that was about.
You must be finished filming. You over there doing your taste test. What you eating, bro?
Well, I'm doing the taste test, but
yeah, I hear you.
I got another episode.
Yeah, you done.
I got another episode to film. No, I got
this shit.
I got another episode to film. So now you can do two a night. You know what I'm saying? Just to have them in the queue. But this is I did scalloped potatoes.
So
yeah, they on point.
So what you think going forward? Like, so is this how we should be moving as a people? Because this happened in Alabama. Should this be like the new thing? Like, you in Dallas, I'm in Atlanta, other people in New York, Cali, Vegas, Wisconsin, Omaha. Omaha, they just got one super nigga. They just bring out Bud Crawford. He would have cleared all these niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody else, most cities don't have a hero like this. What does it take for people to, because it takes courage to step in and just say, I'm gonna help, and then somebody else helps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's the thing. We need to be on code. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm just starting the conversation.
No. Yeah. I mean, we need to be, you know what I'm saying? We need to be on code anyway. You know what I'm saying? Usually when stuff like that is going down, you know what I'm saying? You got people pulling out cameras and nobody's, you know, stepping in and stop the shit. You know? So, you know, this is a situation where, you know, brothers on code and they wasn't having it. And it needs to be, you know, that type of mentality, I think, is what people are celebrating. It needs to be more of that, you know, and don't pull out your camera when you see some shit going down. You know.
All right. Well, shit.
So yeah,
I ain't gonna hold
what's
you.
up.
I appreciate you calling in, champion.
Yeah, my brother. Much love to you, man. Salute to all my brothers
Hey,
and
look,
sisters in the chat.
what's the new episode, man? What you cooking up on that new episode, and when we can?
Oh,
when can we
yeah,
expect to get it?
the new episode will be dropping. Should be dropping Tuesday, no later than Wednesday. It's scalloped potatoes. Just a fast, quick, easy meal. You know, probably about a 30-minute preparation. You know, showing you how to put it down.
All right, let's do it. I can't wait to see the episode. Tag me in it so I can share it to the neighborhood. All right.
Most definitely, brother.
All right, God bless. God bless. Peace.
All right.
And you was wrong about Bud Crawford.
I had to say that. Phone lines are open. Shout out to my guy DJ. He said it's a good day to be from Alabama. Absolutely. Phone lines are open. We had a couple missed calls while I was on the phone with him. I only can talk to one person at a time, ladies and gentlemen. So it's no three-way or call waiting on it. So if you hear me talking to somebody, you just got to call back. 619 and 757. I missed both of your calls. You could call back. Matter of fact, I might call them back. Let me see if I call them back. Y'all know me. I'm the only show on YouTube that calls you back. I'll call you back. One time I called a nigga back. He was like, "Hey man, I'm back at work. My lunch break over. Fuck that shit. No, don't ever call me back." I'll talk to you later. 757. You got the weapon. What's your name? Where you from, fam? 757. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
How you doing, sir?
This is Jay from Virginia Beach.
What's your name, sir?
So yeah.
What you say from Virginia Beach? What's your name, sir?
Oh, Jay.
Jay. All right, Jay from VA. Talk to me.
Hey man, I think we celebrating, well they celebrating, is because for the past couple of weeks we've been getting a lot of negativity in the black community, right?
How so?
So this is a celebration.
What's the negativity? I think we get negativity every week, every day. Tell me what happened differently last week.
Yeah, the hoax with the woman and whatnot, with the baby and whatnot and all that stuff. So this is a win for us.
That was 2 weeks. Like that was about 2 weeks ago. I remember that was before the fight.
Yeah, that's a couple of weeks.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So we celebrate.
Like the brother said earlier, right?
But that's one. But so that one lady faking a kidnapping makes people want to celebrate a racial brawl. I'm trying to connect the dots, Jay.
Oh, okay. So I connect the dots for you, right? So when was the last time you seen a group of black people come together and defend another person?
I'm drawing a blank. Enlighten me.
Like this is a viral video, right? Yeah. You really don't see a lot of black people come together to help another black person.
Right. They usually pull that phone out and be like, "Stop, y'all stop, leave him alone."
Yeah. Just stand by and watching and whatnot, right?
Right.
And then it go viral, like you said in the beginning of the video. We became numb to the violence because no one ever intervened. This is the first time it happened.
So what do you think going forward? You think this is what should be happening? Like what do you think? Should it be celebrated or condemned? Like, keep in mind, even though it was I didn't see a lot of people trying to break up the fight neither, though. It was like people wanted to get into action. They wanted to get active. What's your take on that?
I'm on code.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm on code with Miller. I don't think we should be celebrating anything. I think our code should be a plan of action. Today was a code. The celebration was an enlightenment, but I don't think we should be celebrating. I think we should be doing more action. So anytime not just for white people, you know what I mean? Like, this can be in your own community. Keep the same energy in the hood too, though.
Oh, what you mean by that?
All right, so you see anything in the hood or the ghetto, you know what I'm saying, that's detrimental to your people, you should keep the same energy.
I'm all for it. I'm just having a conversation.
And video too.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm saying I'm all for whatever you decide. Like this, because I always tell people though, it is It's your decision to move however you want to move. It sounds good in theory, but I just don't see it, Jay. I just feel like people are so invested in protecting their own interests, whether it's I'm not about to lose my job. Hey, I ain't even from Alabama. I'm here on vacation. I can't go to jail and miss work on Monday and, come back here for an assault charge from California or from New York or Baltimore or Wisconsin or wherever you're from, It takes a lot.
Today was the exception, right?
Yeah. I don't know where these people are from neither. Like, everybody here don't have to be from Alabama. Some people could have just like, hell no, I'm in Alabama. I heard about what y'all do down here. That shit ain't gonna happen on my watch, Just because you see it in Alabama don't mean these people are from Alabama. They could have been tourists doing the little boat ride shit, doing some gambling on a boat.
Yeah.
I see a bunch of purple here. These niggas could be some Q dogs or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. I seen how you're learning. I'm about to get my Busta Rhymes on in this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
But keep in mind, bro, this been going on for years, like doing a Roger King ride. It's just something about, Black Americans, man. It's like, I always tell, my white people, right? Don't fuck with us in the summertime. You got us in the winter. We slow in the winter, but when it's hot, you probably don't want. You probably don't want to do that.
Say that last part again. You want to what in the winter?
I said in the wintertime we kind of slow, because Black people are more energetic, in the summertime when it's hot, right? So we are already hot, you know what I'm saying? So what I was trying to say was, you probably don't want to mess with in the summertime.
Okay. For sure. Well, shout out to Jay from VA. Man, you got anything else you want to add to the conversation before I let you go?
No, that's it. Take it easy, bro.
I appreciate you, Jay. Shout out to VA.
What?
Salute. All right, good call, man. Good call. All right, man. Phone line is open. The number is on the screen in the yellow letters, bright yellow letters at the bottom of the screen. 404-692-1766. 404-692-1766. Asking the audience, I'm asking you all out there, how do you feel about the video? Should it be celebrated? Should it be condemned? I've heard both sides of the argument throughout the day when this video was going viral. And I was like, oh, I got to talk about this today. 818, tell them your name, where you from, family.
What up, Marq? It's Foodie, a.k.a. Food Revolution.
Foodie with the beauty. What's up, Foodie? How you feel?
I'm good. How are you, Marq?
I'm always good, sis, even when it's bad. Tell them where you from.
I'm from the San Fernando Valley, Cali.
California. Go ahead, talk to me.
So what's funny about this is that I wasn't even aware of this until my sister, who's much older than all of us on this channel, sent me something on Instagram about it, and I checked into it. But all that was on my Twitter timeline today was that whole thing with Kai Cenat, that little Twitch gamer that got 3 million followers, and how he said he was giving a giveaway in New York, and all them little kids or all them young people swarmed what was a Union Station or Center, whatever the fuck they call it out there in New York, and how they were getting arrested. He got arrested. That was the big thing. That was the big thing, the topic. And then of course, then people our age want to chime in like, oh, all of the Democratic cities, all of the cities that have a Democratic governor, going to hell, all of the, all this bullshit. And then this shit happens in Alabama, which is a red state. I mean, it wasn't as big as that thing, but I'm like, that's kind of funny how it contrasts how young people deal with, well, there wasn't even a conflict, I guess. They just got a little excited. But that was going on. But I haven't heard anybody talk about this on Twitter so far. So it's funny how you want to cover that kind of negativity. But then when it's something that's provoked by a Caucasian person, because that man was jumped, and you guys don't really want to, say anything about that, So that's kind of funny how that contrasts to me.
And that was on where? Where did you see that at?
The Kai Cenat thing?
No, you said when you say y'all don't want to cover that, was that you talking about Twitter, IG?
Oh, like on Twitter and other, like, yeah, I haven't seen it on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that. They're all been talking about that little thing because it's like 100,000 people showed up for a PSP giveaway or a PS4 or
That's
PS5,
it?
whatever the fuck. I don't know.
That's
I don't
it.
think
All he gave away was a funky ass game system. 100,000.
he was supposed to. It was like one game system. He was supposed to show up. You know how these kids are, like these YouTube and these Twitter kids or these Twitch people. They're like celebrities now, so they really wanted to come down there and see him. Little girls passing out like, oh my god, all this crazy shit, and they were jumping up on cars and being destructive. And the thing about that, it was crazy, was someone said something that was kind of scary. It's like, all it would take is for him to call some of his followers out. He's got 3 million. All he has to do is do something like that. And all he has to do is say, I want you guys to loot all of the businesses and shit in that area. And it would go down. Like, they follow him like that,
He would definitely go to prison for that, though.
Well, yeah. Well, he was arrested for inciting a riot. That's against the First Amendment. I mean, right? That's in the Bill of Rights. Inciting a riot.
Freedom to assembly. He has freedom to assemble. But
but he did incite a riot. That's not freedom
shit.
to assemble. He incited a riot.
Mm.
That's what they got him on. He got out already. They got him on a death charge.
Damn.
But they got him on inciting a riot. Because they were acting crazy. They were destructive. They were jumping all on the cars and, being stupid like young people do. There was no reason. There's no point of it. But, So that's what they got him on. And then this shit happened. And I can't call it a negative or a positive. I mean, I can't say that I wasn't watching. I was like, hell yeah. Beat her ass. I was watching that shit like, because I don't like the fact how they just jumped old dude. Like, it was a one-on-one. And then all of a sudden they just jumped in and jumped the dude. Like, one dude, he squared up with him. He threw his hat and he looked at, I guess, the people at the boat that were pulling up. They were probably talking to him and screaming to him. And then he just, like, he's an old dude. He kind of, took dude on one-on-one. They were wrestling or whatever. And then another.
Foodie, what was the point of him throwing his hat like 15 feet in the air? Like, all right, then let's go. And
that should remind me of, what was that nigga? That should remind me of that nigga that did that dance that New York did, someone with the jail. Was that shit?
I don't know why he threw his hat up though. They threw his hat up in
that
the
shit
air.
was weird. Yeah, I don't know. Like, was he about to start dancing or something?
He would have been
like
better off throwing the hat in the guy's face real hard like a ninja star. You know what I'm saying? But he threw the shit up in the air and didn't even
he threw it up in the air and then he looked over at, like, either at the camera or at the people in the boat. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And then he just, like, I don't know.
Yeah, then he just grabbed each other by their throats and shit. I was like, man, this ain't Bud Crawford, man.
They were motion grabbing.
This was
like,
not
I
what
didn't
I
really
thought.
see any fighting.
Yeah. I mean, but I ain't gonna lie. Everybody in the fight did better than Errol Spence. Everybody I saw did better than Errol Spence did on Saturday. I ain't even gonna hold you, Foodie. Everybody, the white guys, the black guys, the girls, everybody did better than Errol Spence.
Man, that's just crazy. Yeah, but I was foolish for old boy to think. He was on an adrenaline rush when he jumped off the boat and thought he was going to swim over with them heavy ass clothes and do something. That was foolish.
Yo,
that was that adrenaline talk.
Look, he showed he was a good swimmer. That's it. Like, he probably was a lifeguard.
That's what I was thinking. And Bobby Shmurda, how Bobby Shmurda in the video, he threw his hat off and started dancing and shit. I'm like, is he gonna do the Bobby Shmurda?
Oh, yeah. True, we some hot niggas. Like I told you, Shiesty when I shot niggas. Okay, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, he was about to do the Bobby Shmurda on that nigga. Yeah,
that nigga said, I beat a white boy about a week ago. Said, I'm gonna try to do it again.
I did not understand. I was like, maybe he's about to do the Bobby Shmurda. I don't know.
That Bobby Shmurda shit is funny, yo. Somebody need to make that a little video and just chop that up with him throwing the shit up.
Yeah. And do the Shmurda dance, yeah.
973, call right back. 973, I hear you. I see you beeping in from California.
Yeah, that's all I had to say about it. Like, I don't know. I can't say. I mean, I am happy that people jumped in for an elderly person who was getting beat up. Because
what about that guy who was hitting that girl with a chair though? Because he hit a dude with a chair, but then he hit a lady who was already on the ground with a chair. You don't think that was going a little too far? Or you like, nah?
Well, you know what? But
or is it like, fuck it, you with the ops, you get dropped? Like, what's your take?
I mean, you know, when you're in a situation, I mean, I don't know. I can't remember if she tried to get up or what. I mean, and then if she was trying to get up, maybe she was just trying to get up. She wasn't lunging at him. But there was a couple of women who was trying to swing and get involved. Huh?
You're a good juror. You was like, she might have been trying to lunge at him.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, you can't tell. I don't know. I only seen it one time, so you never know. But there were some women there. I'm like, yeah, get that bitch, because she was trying to jump in too. Like, you don't jump into no men's fight. When men are handling some shit, you know, you don't jump into that shit. You just stay away, because you don't know how it's gonna end, how it's gonna go, how left it's gonna go. You don't want to end up just randomly getting punched in the face, you know, while some men are fighting, because then what are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do. So, but that lady in particular, in that situation, I don't know. But there were a couple of women I saw were kind of jumping in and trying to hit people while they were fighting, and like, you need to back up.
I think that lady in the red, though, she was trying to break it up, and then them girls came and jumped on her, and they gave her the beats. Some girl had the Nikes on. She was giving her the rib kicks. I was like, yo, what's going on? And then
one chick that had one of the black ladies who was beating them down, and then when the cops came, she took off and ran before everybody. Like, damn, bitch got gone.
She's smart. She's smart. She's
like, I got warrants. I can't do this shit. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
I got shit to do. I got kids. I got a job.
Yeah. I can't do it. Yeah.
I'm here for the cause.
She kept her back to the camera the whole time. Yeah.
Hey, Foodie, she said, I'm here for the cause, not the case.
Right. Yeah, that's all I had to say about it. That's just crazy. We'll just see how it develops. Yeah.
All right. Shout out to my sister, Food Revolution. You want to plug your channel, Foodie? Or your IG, your Twitter, anything you want to plug?
No, I'm good. I'm just going to sit in the chat.
All right, sis. Appreciate you for supporting the show in a major way, all right?
All right, peace.
Definitely appreciate you calling in and adding to the conversation. Man, good conversation, man, from everybody. Whatever side you on this conversation, it's cool. I just want you to call in, voice your opinion. That's cool. We ain't got to agree. Actually, shit, I ain't even made a stance on this shit either way, left or right. I don't care that much about it. I mean, when I look back at what happened, right, and I gotta watch it again. I gotta do it. I gotta give it a full breakdown, because I saw some terrible body work, poor defense, bad footwork, no lateral movement, no head movement. People were leading with their heads. I saw a couple low blows. This was definitely not a sanctioned fight. No training. Nobody. That's the biggest thing I walked away from. I was like, most people can't fight. Like you always say, most people cannot fight. No strategy. I was like, man, you got him perfect for a hip toss right here. Slip, drop your hand, throw the short elbow to the jaw, you know what I'm saying, or break the hold this way, grab his shirt, do a hip toss. Like I'm sitting there trying to coach through the camera. But that's neither here nor there. 404-692-1766, 404-692-1766. Let me see if I can call somebody back. Let me see if I call this person back.
Hello?
619, you on the line. What's your name? Where you from, family?
I know boxing.
I know motherfucking boxing. Talk to me, I know boxing. Talk to me, bro. How you feel?
Hey,
what's
man,
the deal? Tell him
I'm doing good.
Tell him where you from, though.
Let me start off saying this, man. I didn't get a chance to tell you last week because the line was blowing up. But you was right. I ate my crow. Your boy was the monster, bro. Hey, man, I ain't seen a dominant performance of another top fighter since Floyd fought Diego Corrales, bro. It was, man, I was in shock. I'm just getting over my shock.
You in a car? You in a car? You in a car?
No, I'm actually about to take my lunch break.
Okay. Okay, so that's your mic rubbing your shirt or something? There you go.
It probably is.
You good now? You good now? Yeah, you perfect now. Go ahead. So talk to me.
Slam. Look, I had my father-in-law in town, man. He came from Texas. We watching it, and he said, "Man, that's a whooping." He said, "Man, everybody in Texas hollering about Spence." He said, "Man, but Crawford putting a beating on this boy." I was just. My wife trying to hand me some tissue. She said, "Baby, you ain't gonna cry." I said, "No," but I'm in shock. My phone was blowing up so much.
And you was like, "I gotta hear this nigga Marq Nash for the next lifetime as long as I'm alive on this show." And you'll remember.
Hey, but I just gotta eat my crow, man. I sat there and watched that fight so many times, man. I said, man, Crawford was phenomenal, Slim.
Nah, bro, but you a man though, and I can respect that because there's a lot of dudes out here trying to say, "Oh, he cheated." Well, he ain't never beat nobody like that. I was like, he ain't never fought Errol Spence before neither.
Now, you know what's so sad, brothers? He beat Spence worse than he beat the dudes I call scrubs. That's what I felt so bad about. I said, man, Eagles green beans fought him better than what Spence did. I was like, Spence still my man, but that was just my God, brother. I said, what the hell am I watching here, man? The dude forget to learn how to fight? This is ridiculous, man. But anyway,
it's not that.
Now
that Crawford just studied him more. Crawford watches film. His coaches watch his film. They got a big team. Like, it's a team effort, bro.
No head movement. So basic, man.
But even when he moved his head, Crawford knew where his head was gonna be because he does the same thing, bro.
Yeah, but hey, Slim is like that. It took me a while to finally acknowledge it. I really judged him off all his opponents, but I can't say nothing, bro, after what he did. But I'm not gonna stay long. But I'm also gonna say about that brawl, man. Celebration or not, yeah, it's a celebration because to see the brothers jump in there and help him out, man. I wish we stopped with going at each other like we do. And that's one good thing I'm happy about the fight being over. That this was the first fight that I've ever seen brothers go at each other about. So no more of that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the brawl, hey, yeah, I'm happy to see them brothers jump in there and help them, brothers and his sisters. They didn't think about it. They just react. And they wasn't going to let that old brother get beat down like that. So, but look, get on back to your show. I'm about to go have my lunch break, brother. I'm going to be listening. Like I said, I'm going to eat my crow. I've been eating it all week from everybody that's been calling my phone. And, hey, brother, I'm going to keep listening. You stay up, man.
I appreciate you, INOBOXING. Thank you so much for the support.
Peace.
That's a man I can respect like that. That's a man I can respect. 973, you on the MIC. What's your name? Where you from, family?
Yo, it's Mr. T from New Jersey.
Mr. T from Jersey. Early, talk to me.
Yes, sir. So I'm white. You know, I don't like saying white and black and blah blah blah, but you know, it is what it is. And you know, obviously these white dudes were drunk and acting like idiots, and they got what they deserved. I mean, people jumping in to help the other guy, I don't know. You know, obviously that's a good thing. I don't have any bias, and it would be the same the other way. So, yeah, as a white person, we have fought white people all the time too. I mean, I've been in situations where there's fucking idiot white people, and we have to fight our group against theirs or whatever like that. So, I mean, I don't understand quite why it's always like black and white thing. I mean, you know, people are just fighting each other in all groups, and just, you know, I just don't like it's a victory, like fuck these white people, and you know, it's just kind of like too much about an entire race, it seems like, and it's just like, you know, that's those white people. They're obviously, they were drunk and idiots, and once a fight breaks out, once a brawl starts, you know, it's like, and alcohol's involved. People like stomp each other out, hit each other with chairs. I've been through it. I know just the way it is. And yeah, that's just where I'm at.
Mr. T,
I don't think it had.
Go ahead.
What's that?
Go ahead, sir. I'm listening.
Yeah, so I just don't. You know, I don't like seeing it to be too much about race. I understand why it happens, but you know, I like seeing people jump in and help the guy getting jumped. That was some bullshit that they were assaulting the guy and running. That idiot comes with a flying knee or something. They all deserve their ass kicked, and that's just, you know, I'm not gonna root for white people because they're white. That's the dumbest shit ever. Like, white people are different from me. I'm not like any other white person.
Why you say you're different?
You know what I mean? I've just always been different. I don't know. They just, you know. What you played? You know, growing up, I was always into hip hop, and a lot of white people around me they weren't really into hip hop, and you know, I just never associated with myself with people just based on their race. You know, I just.
Mr. T, can I ask you a personal question? How old are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm 35 years old.
Okay, so you're fairly young. You're a young man. So But
I appreciate that.
You're a young man. You're a young man. You ain't young to everybody. You young to me because I'm an old fuck. But other than that, I'm an old
please,
motherfucker.
you're not that much older than me.
I'm not that much older than you. But I was fighting for the country while you was at the prom though. I am that much older than you. You probably wasn't. Matter of fact, you wasn't even at prom yet. When I was fighting for your country.
That.
I will say this though. My question to you is, what do you think of when you how do you feel when you hear black people calling in and they celebrating these this shit, like these guys fighting? Do you think this should be celebrated? Should it be condemned? Because I didn't see a lot of people trying to break up the fight, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was more of let's get in.
The black guys who came in, it seems like the first black guy to get in, he was trying to break it up, wasn't he? Or was
I
he
did
like
see
throwing
that.
punches?
And one of the white guys, I think it's the guy with the hat that you see on the screen, the white guy with the hat.
Yeah.
He threw a wild punch and missed. And that's when the guy was like, oh shit, it's up.
Yeah. And then it was on. So I think he kind of tried to break it up originally. That's what I would try to do. But then, these white dudes, they didn't want to stop and they got their ass kicked. But also I just hear like callers call in and they'll be like, oh yeah, these white people, and then the brothers, and then they'll say shout out to the brothers in the chat. So it kind of like rubs me the wrong way, like just the way things are. That is what it is though. It's just, I wish it wasn't that way. I don't know. I wish we were all brothers. I don't know.
Yeah. So what do you feel about this? You are in New Jersey. Have you ever seen something like this happen where guys are fighting, some white guys jumping on a black dude? Did you jump in? Did you help?
No, I don't think I ever seen that. Like where I grew up in Jersey, I'm in the suburbs right next to Newark and near Jersey City. So it was always very diverse. I didn't really, I mostly grew up around Latinos, but next to us was Newark, which is a lot of black people. And they've come through our town and I've been like threatened and, different things like that. But generally white people wouldn't, team up on a black person around here. It would be, you're not going to go out of your way to mess with black people. That would be a bad move.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's like a power dynamic there that, you're not going to go out of your way to fight black people. I never seen anything like that, no. And I don't think I've ever seen the opposite either. Like, for the most part.
You never seen a bunch of black guys jumping on a white dude?
No, I don't think so. And if anything, there would be like, someone's over there and, they got jumped on and you heard someone got stabbed and they got jumped on. But it was just like, oh shit,
The first caller
he ran
said,
into the wrong people.
Fair enough. Mr. T, the first caller said, hey, if more people responded like this, George Floyd would still be alive. That was Terrence Bailey Sr.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Okay, it helps to know who said that. But I don't think that's true. I mean, how are you going to interfere with the cops? It was way different to have to do that. I mean, that's like you're fucked either way. You don't want to jump in and help a guy that's it's just a shit situation. You just have to like film it, and I don't know what you do there.
Well, I appreciate you calling in, Mr. T. You got anything you want to say to the people?
I appreciate you taking the call. No, I think that's it. Appreciate it.
This your first time calling in, Mr. T. How did you find my show this evening? I appreciate you calling in. Good call.
I've been on your show for a while. I called in when there was another race topic, but I pay attention to your.
He said I like a little racial shit. Me too, Mr. T. I like a little racial shit. As long as we can keep it respectful, right?
Yeah, I like the conversation.
All right, let me take this next one. I got another white guy calling in.
All right.
I
appreciate it.
All right. We got 410. You on the flow. Tell them your name, where you from, family.
It's Jerry, Mark. What's happening?
Jerry the Terror Tasker. How you doing, sir?
All right. I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm good, bro. What's your take on this topic? You seen the video? You know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree with the last caller. I got no problems with someone jumping in when someone else is getting jumped. by multiple people. I mean, that's just a human. That's just a human thing to do. I mean, no one wants to see one person get jumped on. However, I'll say this, at least in my opinion, and from what I've seen, what makes this video viral is it's white people jumping a black guy, because more times than not, that's not the case. I've seen tons and tons of videos of black people jumping on white people. I don't want to make it a black and white thing, but it is what it is. I mean, it's white people fighting black people here, and it's unfortunate. Clearly, alcohol was likely involved, but beyond that, I got no problem. I mean, you know, it's not cool for a group of people to jump on one people, even if it's white and black people jumping on a black guy or one guy. I mean, it's just, you know, nobody wants to speak. So those guys were out of line to jump on a guy like that, especially when it appears that he was just doing his job. So, you know, it is what it is.
Why did you bring up alcohol? I noticed you and the last caller both brought up alcohol. Is that an excuse, or are we justifying it?
Well, I don't say that to justify it. I say it because you just, to me, and I mean, I got no way of knowing for sure if they were drinking.
Absolutely not. We're just you two just assume that. Maybe they could just be bigots and racist motherfuckers.
Well, could be, but I get the feeling a lot of times when people are voting and stuff, they're drinking, and the reaction, you know, like they just was quick to fight. Now, it's one thing to be quick to fight and jump on somebody if you are in the middle of something and punches will be, you know, and it's a self-defense kind of thing, but that really didn't look like that. I'm assuming, of course, but I would bet they was probably drinking. And it doesn't justify it, but let's face it, when people are drinking, they do dumb shit, and oftentimes it will involve fighting, you know. But I mean, otherwise, I don't know. Like you, I don't really care too much about it. I really wanted to talk a little bit about Anthony Joshua, but I don't want to move the subject.
Go ahead. I'll let you get your call off. Go ahead, Jerry. Get your bars off. It's all good, bro. I'll listen.
Well, they're talking about Anthony Joshua maybe fighting, what's his name, Chisora as a late replacement.
I thought it was Andy Ruiz.
Well, I mean, I heard Ruiz tell him let's get the trilogy, but I read today that Chisora is the name being thrown around. But my point is this: if I was Anthony Joshua or his handlers, I wouldn't fight nobody on short notice. We've seen what happened the last time he did that. Anthony Joshua is a guy that, from what I've heard and what I can see looking at him, he's not always mentally right. And I don't like short notice fights for anybody. There's a reason why these guys train for 8 to 10 weeks and they watch tape and they train for a certain fighter. And you change that at the last week, bad things can happen. And there's a huge fight with Deontay Wilder and Offing, possibly Fury. Big fights for this for Anthony Joshua that I still would like to see. And while Chisora is a guy that's beatable and he's a trail horse and got a lot of miles on him, still it's a lot of danger though.
Right. And he can go 12 rounds.
Yeah, he's a durable guy, and he always going to have a puncher's chance. And when I watch Joshua, I get nervous watching him, man, because between his chin,
that's why
and
he's
his
exciting.
stamina.
That's why he's exciting. He can stop you, and he's stoppable. That's what makes it exciting.
Yeah.
That's why boxing is dope. You never know.
Yeah, well, of course, but I would still rather see him fight Wilder or Tyson Fury. I still think both of those fights can and likely will get made. I don't trust Joshua's chin and his stamina and his mental game enough.
I'll do an Anthony Joshua episode tomorrow.
All right,
that'll be fun. He said, I don't trust Joshua and his chin and his stamina. All right. Well, look, it's not like he got what he gonna lose? He ain't got nothing to lose, right?
Well, what he's got to lose is the potential for big fights with Wilder and Fury. I mean, a lot of shine going to come off if he gets beat.
If he lose, the people will still pay to see him fight Wilder.
Yeah, they probably will, but I don't think it'll be nearly as big. I think he's one loss away from being Frank Bruno, where people just fall off. Yeah, I mean, listen, he can't just keep losing, you know, especially if he fights Chisora. Chisora's got like 15 losses. If he loses to him, that's going to look real bad for him, man. And a lot of people, that's going to take the shine off of a fight with Wilder. Will some people still pay? Yeah, but to me, I don't know, unless something's going to change dramatically in boxing when you keep losing, you know, the Brits, but they seem to have their favorites. Like Chisora can keep losing and they'll keep supporting him. Joshua's lost, 3 fights, and his support level, I don't think is quite the same as what it once was. A lot of people doubting him now. They like the guys they like Chisora. They don't seem to care if he loses. Same thing with Dylan White. I wasn't too hyped about that fight neither, but you know, what are you gonna do? You're gonna fight him. Dylan White is a highly beatable guy. Every time I see him, he's getting his ass whipped, but he can punch. He's a big guy and he can punch. So he would have had that going for him. And it's disappointing that the fight got canceled, but you know, if I was, like I say, I would keep Joshua. I'd just tell him, look, man, just set this out and let's just go into this Wilder fight before your fucking big dumbass gets knocked out again. Right. You know, yeah. If you're going to get knocked out by a real puncher. That's how I see it.
Fair enough. All right, so you don't want to see the trilogy with Ruiz and you don't want to see him fight Chisora. You would just sit out until you fight Wilder.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing them fight
short version,
but not on short notice.
Okay, not last minute replacement.
Yeah, not on short notice. Just like you said about Bud Crawford watching tape, and these fighters, they train, they watch tape, they study on one fighter for weeks on end, and then if you change it, I don't like those last minute replacements. A lot of times when I see them happen, usually doesn't work out good for whatever reason. A lot of times that doesn't work out too well. And with the stakes being what they are for Anthony Joshua, I wouldn't roll those dice. It ain't like he's broke. He can afford to do that and quit bullshitting. Andy Ruiz and Wilder, they don't look like they're going to be able to make that fight. So let's not keep putting that off. Wilder ain't getting no younger, and neither is Anthony Joshua. If we're going to make a fight, let's make it. It doesn't need any more hype. Him fighting Dylan White was just him getting another payday. That's how I see that.
And it's to stay busy fight, to get ready, you know, to warm up, stay active, going through a training camp. That gives you another fight under your belt with a new trainer. You get what I'm saying? Going into a big fight. So I don't think it's just a payday. You need that real experience with a trainer. But that's it. But I ain't gonna hold you. We'll talk about that more as we get more information. Okay, I'll probably do a full episode about that this week.
All right, Mark.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, before I let you go, you was wrong about Bud. Goodbye.
Okay.
I'm never gonna let it go. Never gonna let you go. Yeah, I ain't gonna let it go. Oh, I feel like Terry Silver watching all these Spence fans call in. Want to act like I don't remember? Like I don't remember? I'll never forget. I will never let you forget. Doubting the great Bud Crawford. Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer. Yeah. Silence. What a drop at? Let me hit him with the drop.
Silence.
Yeah, get your ass up out of here, Jerry. Shout out to INOBOXING too. Let me make sure I got the phone line still open. What time is it? I got a little bit more time. I got about 30 minutes. I got about 30 minutes, man. I'm gonna shut this shit down. Let y'all get y'all bars off. She said we'll never forget. Like 9/11. Absolutely, Foodie. Shout out to Fight Night Elite. Oh, I'm Petty Wop. I'm gonna stay with it too. I ain't letting it go. 404-692-1766. 404-692-1766. We're talking about the Alabama Brawl for it all. Oh man, they were throwing fists, flying knees, chairs. Oh man. No form though. They definitely didn't have no form on those punches. Some people were just in like grab matches. People messing up their hands, thinking they just punching somebody in the back of the head with their bare fist. Oh man, I'm like, no, don't do that. Hook around over his shoulder. You get a cleaner knockout. And you'll save your hand. 512. What it do? What's your name? Where you from, bro?
What up, Mark? It's AP from H-Town.
AP from H-Town. Shout out to H-Town. They stayed down. Talk to me, AP.
Shit, before I get started, can I curse on here?
Fuck it.
I bet. No, man. I just want to give you my honest opinion on that whole thing, man.
Go for
man,
it.
Fuck that shit. You got people wanting to sing Kumbaya and we gotta turn the other cheek and shit like that. No, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Black people, we come on, man. It's 2023, bro. This ain't 1960 no more, 1950. Like, man, watching that video, bro, that shit had my blood boiling watching him jump on that security guard like that, bro.
I couldn't tell he was a security guard when I first saw it because the video was far away. I just saw a black dude in a white shirt and black pants. I didn't know he was a security guard. I just see, as far as I know, he could have been another patron.
Yeah, I feel you, but nah, man, he was a security dude for the little Harriet boat, man, and just watching them dudes jump him like that, it's like, motherfucker, it's broad daylight. You got all these people out here, and y'all got the audacity to just jump on this one dude. So hell yeah, when Aquaman and everybody else showed up to start whooping their ass, hell yeah, they got.
Hold up. Did you call him Aquaman? Because that nigga did swim about 100 yards, didn't he?
I called him Aquaman, but hey, and the dude, man, the Aquaman dude, he only 16 years old.
Oh wow, he's a kid. I knew he was young.
He's a kid, man.
I knew he was young, but I didn't know he was a minor.
Yeah, he only 16 years old. But hell yeah, man, them people got what they deserve. I ain't race, I ain't prejudice, but them white people, man, they was out of pocket, bro. They was out of fucking pocket. They was out of pocket, bro. And Aquaman, shit, he was throwing some punches on the boardwalk. He was throwing some hooks. He threw a few hooks, but man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Shit, man, they got what they deserve, bro. But yeah, man, that shit had my blood boiling. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I told my sister and them, I said, bro, if I was there, I ain't gonna lie, I would have throwing bombs in that motherfucker, haymakers and all, bro. Hell yeah, I would have jumped in. You ain't finna do my people like that, just jumping on them, beating on them motherfucker. Man, fuck that. 2023. I wish a nigga would. That's all I got, bro.
Yeah, so what you think? You think this need to be the move going forward? You see something happening? You know how they say, you see something, say something. You AP from Houston is like, no, if you see something, get active.
I'll say this. Don't throw your life away behind something silly, but at the same time, if I'm at Walmart and I see 4 or 5 white dudes finna jump one black dude, you fucking right, I'm finna intervene. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck can I look in the mirror at myself, looking at my own brother finna get jumped? You know, that's like you. If I seen you out and about, if you finna get jumped by whoever, man, I'm finna intervene. Like, motherfucker, I may not know you, but I know we come from the same shit at the end of the day.
Does it have to be black people for you to help me? Will you help me if it's, white people for you to help me? Would you help me if you just see me out and 5 black dudes are jumping on me? Or would you be like, that nigga must be getting initiated, or maybe he did something, or he stole something, or he probably deserved it. Maybe he did something to somebody. Would you just automatically assume I deserved it because I'm not an old black man who's a security guard?
No, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna walk up, I'm gonna spectate for a while, and then I'm gonna be like, man, what's going on? I'm gonna see, can it be broke up? If it can't be broke up, if motherfuckers ain't trying to hear it, shit, hey, I did all I could do.
So you gonna jump? But you ain't gonna jump in and take part of that ass whooping.
I'm gonna investigate it. If it's 5 black dudes and 1 black dude. Now look, I will say this: if it's 5 black dudes and it's 1 black dude, something went wrong somewhere. It could be some petty shit.
AP, you an asshole, nigga. Yo.
Now look, it could be some petty shit, but for 5 black dudes looking at another black dude, I ain't gonna lie. The 1 black dude by himself, he did something wrong, bro. You did something to agitate some other 5 dudes. I guarantee it. You did something to get their attention. But I'm investigating. shit, if it's fair game, shit, I gotta keep it pushing. I gotta keep it pushing. You did something.
But you would help me though. You might. Depends. But you got my back though if it's for white guys though, right?
No, it ain't even about the race, bro. It's really about just wrong and right. If you rob one of them motherfuckers and shit, you on your own.
But you don't know if I'm robbing nobody. You just see the niggas on me though.
Exactly. But that's why I gotta investigate. I gotta hear the conversation. What the fuck they mad about? Oh, okay, this is personal shit. Ain't got shit to do with me. But if it's just some shit, like them people were spectating yesterday, like you seen the dude telling them, "Hey man, can you move your little boat?" And motherfuckers probably was drinking. They didn't want to move their boat for the big boat can dock. It's like, come on, man, just move your boat so the big boat can dock. To me, it's just arrogance, man. It's just people just being privileged. Oh, I ain't gotta listen to you. Fuck you. I'm gonna sit right here in my boat. I got my own $30,000 boat. I ain't gotta listen to nobody. And the shit escalated. But I mean, overall, both parties look bad. But like I said, 5 motherfuckers should have been jumping on one dude. Motherfucker, right. You crazy. It's 2023, Mark. Come on now. You ain't jumping. 5 people ain't jumping one dude in 2023. You crazy. Yeah. Please.
Now, my first caller said, hey, if people would have stood up like this for George Floyd, he'll still be alive. Do you agree with that? And do you think we should start moving like this in other aspects?
Man, that's a good question. I agree with him, but at the same time, I could see why some people probably were scared to intervene because there was cops handling him versus civilians on civilian. Like I feel like some people are scared to approach a police officer like that and tell them to stop doing what they're doing because either they're gonna tase you or they're gonna get physical with you. But man, that's tricky. But yeah, I mean, I agree for the most part. I mean, see, people in general just got to start intervening when you see some bullshit going on, bro. Like you had one caller call earlier. He was saying if he sees somebody get pulled over, he'll kind of spectate and watch if he's there, right? Just to see how it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I actually had a family member do that shit one time. He just kind of sat there and watched for a few minutes. I mean, I ain't never did that before, but I actually have a cousin that did that. But I mean, overall, man, I mean, shit, we all need to police ourselves. You just can't be. And the crazy part about it, in today's world, you really can't touch nobody no more, fam. Man, most people will kill you. Nobody fights no more.
I'm surprised. Right. I'm surprised ain't nobody bring. Look, I'm surprised the chair is the only weaponry we got in this shit. Because somebody usually got a knife. Somebody gonna break a bottle. Like
fam.
I'm a MacGyver motherfucker. I would have took off my belt, nigga. I would have had the belt around somebody's neck. Like, let me put this belt around somebody's neck and start yanking this motherfucker. Like I'm gonna find a weapon, bro.
Like that's like me, like out here in like real life. Like I try to think before I react to certain things, because like you really can't touch nobody in today's society no more. If you put your hands on somebody now, like you basically saying,
I'm going to the prison, the hospital, or the cemetery. I'm going to jail,
like
the hospital, or cemetery. You got to be prepared for all 3 of those.
Because even if you do fight somebody and let's say you win, you still lose because most
you ain't going to work on Monday 9 times out of 10 like everything okay.
Yeah, exactly. Most people can't lose. Like they gonna kill. I had a partner.
And there's cameras everywhere too. So
cameras everywhere. Yeah.
So you're pending litigation. They gonna find you, bro. You pending charges.
Yeah, no, yeah. Most people shoot you if they lose. Oh, I lost. Now I want to kill you. So it's a lose-lose situation. But like you said, I'm surprised and glad nobody pulled out any weapons, man. You know, I'm glad it's over. You know, it's just for shits and giggles.
I ain't gonna lie, it was a Coco Beware looking motherfucker. He went to the chairs like it looked like a WWE all falls like cage match. Like nigga brought the chair out. Boom, hit one person, went over there, hit the bitch too. Boom, hit her. I was like, yo, my man is wild. The cops tackled his ass. They got rough with him though. I ain't gonna lie, they did get a little too rough. I was like, all these people fighting, y'all rough him up the most. And granted, he did hit a lady with a chair, but shit, who knows? Like he ain't woe right now. Anybody don't look like his hue.
They roughed him up because he had an actual weapon. Like I understood that. Like, all right, look, everybody throwing fish is fair game. You take a little too far down, then you got a chair in your head.
In front of the cops.
I think in front of the cops.
And he didn't have that I can run. He didn't look like he could run either. Like he didn't look like he was built for like even a 100-yard dash. That nigga couldn't even do a 30-yard dash. Fuck it.
Man, them videos had my mama cool. Cause man, look, she old school, Mark, so she really didn't know about what was going on. I sent her them videos. She was like, I wish I was there. I would have been throwing haymakers up in that motherfucker.
For about 5-10 seconds. People think it's easy to throw punches, man. Just swing in the air one day for 60 minutes with 60 seconds with all your might. Just swing the air, cause you gonna miss a lot in a real fight.
Yeah.
You ain't got range. You ain't got range, distance, none of that shit. You gonna miss, man. Swing in the air for 60 seconds and bounce around on your feet, bro. Your heart gonna be beating fast as hell. Your arms gonna be tired, and you like, how the hell they do this for 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds? You know what I'm saying? It's not that easy.
Y'all tell man, you ain't gonna do nothing out there. No, she was mad. I mean, a lot of my family was mad at that shit, and like, man, the white people that's listening on your channel, like, we ain't prejudiced or nothing. It's just, y'all gotta understand, bro. Like, all the foolish shit, we gotta turn the other cheek to. It's just like, motherfucking turn the other cheek when you see 5 white dudes jumping on 1 black dude. Man, that shit hard to turn the other cheek to, bro. I'm gonna keep it up.
But y'all see it all the time with cops, though.
You know what I'm saying? It's like 2023, bro. Motherfuckers ain't
y'all see it all the time with cops, and y'all just leave him alone. He didn't do nothing. He ain't do nothing, and y'all just pull out your phones. Y'all let the cops do it all the time.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't pull out my phone. I don't be there. I be in my own world, but man, when I see that shit, man, that shit, like, man, that shit really hurt my soul though. Just watching that video today, man. That shit had my blood boiling. But
why your people wanted to fight?
It ain't even that. I mean, it ain't even about winning. Yeah, okay, no, it ain't about the win, man. It's just fuck, man. It just hurts to see.
All right, fair enough, man. I appreciate you, AP from Houston. Thanks for calling in, bro.
Alright, bro.
Respect. I forgot to ask him, was he rooting for Spencer Crawford? Damn.
What do you mean by that? Your back is broken.
Yeah, damn. My bad.
These black men are not here tonight to be played with. No. They are here tonight because they want to change in their life and they want to change in their community.
They want to change on that damn boat ride on that dock. That's what they want. They want to change on that dock. Like, we will dock our boat. Shout out to the people who are all over the world who don't know what's going on here in America. Might not know what's going on. Shout out to my guy Stephen Bateman all the way in Australia. All right, Stephen Bateman, let me give you a recap of what's going on. They had a boat incident in Alabama here in America. You know, it's a global show. I gotta tell them. And this shit is kind of going viral. It was a group of white guys who attacked a black security officer for telling them they had to move their boat so the river boat can dock and let those passengers off. They was in a pontoon, and it was time for the Riverfront boat to dock. They took umbrage to being told they had to move, and they started attacking the security guard. And black folks all over the place start coming to his aid and his rescue, and a huge brawl broke out. And yeah, some people are pending charges. Nobody's been officially charged last time I looked when I started this episode, but they are charges pending. Want to know what you guys think about it? Some people are celebrating. Some people are saying this should be condemned. This isn't the answer. Violence isn't the answer. Some people are like, hell no, violence ain't the answer, but I'm not going to stand there and let four or five white guys beat up an elderly black man. So I asked the question. I said, well, shit, y'all see 4 or 5 black dudes beating me up with my black ass, y'all gonna help me? Like, is it okay? Is it okay to jump in only when it's white guys? And then Terrence Bailey called in. He said, if this would have happened with George Floyd, if we would have responded like this with George Floyd, he'll still be alive. But what? And my response to that was, he might have still been alive. Well, when somebody else got shot, who knows? It's a conversation. We're just having a conversation. 404-692-1766, 404-692-1766. Call in, voice your opinion. I'll put you right in the mix. The way I look at this too, man, when I think back and think of all of this, I look at it a couple different ways. First of all, I'm not about to swim 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? I got to put a case on homie who did that. Like, shout out to you, homie. I'm not. My man swam like the length of. I'm not gonna do the Aquaman. Like, I forgot who called in and said Aquaman. I'm not gonna pull the Aquaman and swim 100 yards to go over to nobody's aid. That's not my wife, daughter, mama, father, shit like that, right? But when you in a situation like that and you like walking and like, let's say, because it was one guy who was walking by and he just ran down to try to break it up. He sees somebody swing. Now he's in the fight. He just came to break it up, and now he's in the fight. So once you're in the fight, you're in the fight. You're a part of this shit now. So I just want to tell people, like, you got to be prepared for whatever comes with it, whatever happens. But I'm also curious, when do you help? When are you going to help? Would you have helped in this situation? I know it's easy to say now in retrospect. I know some black folks out there like, oh, I wish I would have been there. I would have got involved in it too. Maybe you would have, maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you just would have pulled your phone out. Maybe your wife would have been with you and grabbed you and said, no, you're not getting into it. Or maybe you got one of those wives who want to get active. And you got to grab her and be like, Kim, we ain't here for that shit. I'm here to go gamble on the riverboat, not catch no cases. So it's interesting, like, how it's so easy from the outside looking in retrospect to say what you would have done, what you wouldn't have done, how you gonna respond, how you not gonna respond. And I'm interested to see what are you guys gonna do going forward, because we're getting calls from all over the place. So call in, voice your opinion. Let me know what you think. 404-692-1766. 404-692-1766. That is the number you can call. The number is on the screen in the bright yellow, with the bright yellow banner. I was going to say bright yellow numbers, but the numbers are black. The banners are yellow. And you can call in and voice your opinion. Tell me what you think of this. Some people are celebrating. Like I said, I have heard and seen things to make me say, let me do this episode. Because I saw somebody in the show was like, why the fuck are y'all happy? This ain't nothing to be celebrating about. Nothing. Some niggas got into a fight. Niggas fight every day. Like, this what we celebrating? Nobody pushing reparation talk. Like, y'all should be talking about that more. Y'all ain't go out there to y'all don't go protest. You guys aren't doing anything. You don't vote. You're not trying to really change your community. Like, this is what we want to do to change the community. Want to have brawls. So I've seen arguments on both sides. And there's a lot of content out there about this. And I implore you to go check it out. Whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me. Like I said, I ain't even really said how I feel about any of this shit. I'm here to host, facilitate, and have the conversation. Let me see what they're saying in the chat. My boy Like That said, this is a win for Montgomery, black folks, not for the whole black community. All right, so this is a win for Montgomery. Legacy Mindset said, this ain't even a big deal. Those punches look awkward, nothing really connected, jumping when they throw. Exactly, bro. I'm like, bro, they need to watch some of our content over here. Like, come on. Shout out to you. Food Revolution say that guy ECLIPZ right when we're policing our communities against when we were policing our communities. Conshonery said that guy ECLIPZ, the original Panthers tried that and it didn't work out too great. Yeah. Legacy Mindset said You got to plant and turn to get any type of real power. Man, they was wilding, man. They was wilding. Yeah, no form. Yeah, that shit was wild. They ain't have good form. Todd said, I mean, if they were physically attacking the security guard and other people jumped in to help, what's the problem? Because everybody wasn't there to help the security guard and everybody wasn't there to attack the security guard. People were just fighting too at some point. Like we said earlier, some guy hit a dude, then he hit a lady with a chair. The lady was still on the ground. Everybody wasn't there to quote unquote help the security guard. It was times where guys were walking away for the fight. They was about to fight. They thought about it like, matter of fact, nah, I'm gonna stay out of this shit. And they backed the hell up. And they were getting attacked too. You know what I'm saying? Where they was in the fight too. I ain't gonna say getting attacked because at that point they had attacked other people. So yeah, it was a whole little melee. My thing is, who gonna press the charges? If anybody not gonna press charges, maybe this shit can all go away. But I feel like they gonna try to press some charges on somebody. Somebody got to get some charges, right? Because don't they want to send a message like, hey, this isn't how we're gonna do things here in the great state of Alabama? Don't they got to send a message, right? This is not how we deal with conflict resolution. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of charges filed behind this, especially with the instigator. Got to start with him. The instigator dude who assaulted the guy first, he got to get charged. There was another dude who ran up when they was just having their one-on-one and did like a Muay Thai flying knee to the security guard. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Bear with me one quick second. Phone lines are open though, 404-692-1766, 404-692-1766. Call in and voice your opinion. Give me one quick second. Let me take a quick break. Let me grab this real quick. I need to take a quick break. Give me 30 seconds or less. I'll be right back. Matter of fact, I'll just run my intro. 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
This that squad.
Never mind. 859, you got the line. What's your name? Where you from, family?
Yeah, it's Augustus. I'm from Kentucky.
Augustus from Kentucky. Go ahead, sir. You got the floor.
Yeah, I actually didn't hear about this till earlier tonight, and shoot, I couldn't sleep. And I'm hearing y'all have this discussion, so I figured I might as well call in for my 2 cents on it. But you know how it is, man. Each one of these situations is different. You have to read it differently. Like you always saying, there were no cops involved, early on.
Speak up just a little bit. Speak up just a little bit, Augustus. It sounds like you low and laying down. And I got the mic as high as I can turn it. There you go.
Okay, that's my bad. Yeah, my bad.
There you go.
Yeah, so like y'all was saying, there were no cops involved. It wasn't one of those situations like you're talking about George Floyd. It was a different situation. So you had a security guard, right? So he was just trying to do his job, from what I'm understanding. Okay, and then these possibly racist, or at least racially prejudiced dudes try to jump him, and it kind of goes from there. So it's a situation where, I personally would help the security guard, but I would be trying to diffuse the situation. First off, I would just be trying to get these people to just back off, right? Leave the guy's man's doing his job, back off. Just think about what you're doing, and just move your boats. I think it's how you approach a situation. It's kind of how the situation will turn sometimes. So I don't know how fast everything happened. I haven't seen the film that many times, but in a situation like that, I've had to break up situations. In the past, I've had to kind of step in and do things to keep people from getting hurt. But I just think it's how you do it. I don't think it had to turn into a big brawl. but it did. So I don't know. I just think it's the approach, man. I think maybe if it had been handled, somebody that knew how to fight, that jumped in and diffused it early, it may not have gotten as big as it did. Possibly, I don't know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you think
So
this was? Go ahead.
No, go. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. It's your call. I'm listening.
Well, I was just going to say, then there's that scenario, but then there's as you know, there are a bunch of different ways it can pop off differently than that way. That's just one way, and that would be my approach, to try to step in and diffuse as quickly as possible. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't say anything. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Now, okay, if you want me to continue, yeah, there's other ways. Like it happened the way it did. I can't see myself grabbing chairs and randomly hitting people in the head and things like that. But most people don't know how to fight. Like 90-something% of the people out there don't know how to fight. So they feel when these situations jump off, they almost feel like they're forced to fight. Once something starts, they get sucked in and they don't even really know what to do. And they end up doing dumb stuff like what you saw. Most people don't know how to. If there was a bunch of fighters there, believe it or not, it probably would have ended way differently. If a bunch of people there knew how to fight, it probably would have ended a lot differently. Because everybody knows the potential. Everybody knows what they can do. And they're confident in that. They're not trying to prove anything. But of course, you always got the a-hole who does want something to jump off. But there probably would have been enough people there to just kind of keep everybody calm and just kill it, But if you're dealing with straight hatred, and you are dealing with a situation where there's enough people to where it's like just a racially prejudiced situation, now you're not even dealing with, proper thought processes and of course we were talking about the drinking and all that so there's so many different scenarios, and if you're dealing with the hate thing, now it turns into a huge debacle that gets out of control and will probably only continue to grow until somebody gets there who can stop it with a different kind of a force. And that's about all I can say in the matter. The little things I've had to diffuse in the past, it's kind of easy. You see a guy, you're playing a game of pool or something, and I seen a guy get, I don't know what happened. There was a dude that appeared to have a lot of sugar in his blood who happened to be a black guy, and there was a white dude who's pretty stout looking. I don't know what happened, but the white dude turned around and he cracked the black dude, and the black dude responded by doing nothing, and he cracked him again. And the second time he cracked him, dude, you know the deal. You saw the sign. You see the signs. The dude's knees went, right?
Yeah.
He cracked him again, and his head, there was a brick wall behind him, and his head, he just went. He almost went down to the floor, and his head was about 6 inches against the wall. And the white dude drops down and throws his hand back, and was getting ready to uppercut this guy or hook this guy as hard as he could. So I just snatched him up. If I didn't rear naked choke him, I just put him in a full Nelson and walked him backwards and said, "Hey man, listen, it's over, man. This fight is over." What are you trying to do? He tried to turn on me. He's a strong dude. He tried to turn on me. I was like, "The fight is over." He turned around and looked at me, sized me up, and just decided, "Man, this guy's sober. I'll let it go. I got my licks in." But it was a situation where I don't know what that guy did. What the black guy did, I really don't. But it didn't warrant him getting that many hits. And that last shot that went off, I don't know what would have happened to him, right? And maybe it's not my business, but I don't want to see a guy get murdered either, And I didn't hit the other guy. I didn't strike him at all. I just brought him back and told him the fight is over.
Okay, cool.
And that was that, So it just depends on how you handle the situation.
Fair enough. Well, I appreciate you, sir. Thanks for calling in.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate
Mr. Augustus, how you find my show tonight, man? I don't think I ever. Matter of fact, I have talked to you before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I remember. Yeah.
I heard your
I remember.
you had a different channel name in the chat.
Yeah, it's
Casual Observer.
Yeah, it was casual. I changed it because somebody was trying to get killed with it, so I changed it to Critical Observer. And but I haven't been in the chat. I've just been listening. I don't feel too good. I got another channel, but it's different. You know, where I talk stuff, but I don't talk as much. I don't even talk about the channel. But
get well. Who did you have? Spencer Crawford. Then you have Crawford. I mean Spence.
No, I had Crawford.
Oh, you did.
I had Crawford.
Now everybody.
But I had Crawford in the. I had him in the. But I had him either through knockout, stoppage, story time, or whatever. But I had him in the 11th round. Honestly, I share my because it's just a little thing. I don't even care. I don't try to do nothing. But it's called. If you look at Counter Shot King, I proved that I'm telling the truth. If you look at Counter Shot Master, that'll prove that I'm telling the truth in the matter. I haven't even done anything in like 4.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, it'll prove that I'm telling the truth. I hadn't even done that in about 4 months because of my health. But yeah, I said 11. I said round 11. And you know, who did you have on that one? Who'd you pick?
You must ain't seen my show. You must ain't seen my show in a long time.
I've been real sick.
Yeah, man. I had Crawford, man. I've been having Crawford since 2018. But get well, brother. Get well, and definitely stay locked in, stay tapped in with us. All right. Take care of your health first.
Will do, my man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you calling in.
Will do.
Yes, sir. Peace. So shout out to Critical Observer and Counterpunch Master. All right. Good call though. Good call. I'll take a couple more calls before I land the plane. Take a couple more calls before I land the plane tonight. Yeah, this was a good one though. I really enjoyed hearing the calls and hearing how people assess the situation, what they think was going on, how they would respond, how they feel, what they would, what they wouldn't do. Curious, man. What would you do? Would you get involved? Would you get involved? A lot of people saying they would get involved. Some people like, it depends. I have to observe the situation. My man said, I got to do an investigation. Whole time. Damn. Bitch ass. Nigga. Mother. Yeah, somebody getting their ass beat. Said, I got to observe the situation first. Shout out to my people over there at iTalk. iTalk always doing major things. iTalk, aka If They Only Knew. If They Only Knew how great that show was. Good name for the show. Shout out to iTalk and the whole community over there. 843, you on the MIC. What's your name? Where you from?
This is Miles from South Carolina.
Shout out to Miles, man. I got a cousin named Miles, man, in North Carolina. Shout out to Miles in South Carolina. Talk to me, Miles.
This situation, from what I could tell, I most likely would get involved. While it's not something where I would say, oh, go off and just start hitting, it's clearly obvious from all that saw is that this was not just a random person. This was actually a person doing their job, especially an elderly man. And you see that this man doing his job, which should have been obliged, simply was getting rushed by a group of people. Now, I don't try to focus on things and make it a whole race thing, but you can't tell me as if you would see as moment people started coming up to see what was happening. Because the first black man that arrived, he wasn't actually trying to fight anyone. He tried to de-escalate, and immediately people started trying to swing on him. You saw the one dude that tried to swing on him 2 times.
Right.
Then others, especially Aquaman, as others say, as he jumped in the water and then swam over there. Then that's when people started to realize, okay, it's getting serious.
Right.
So now you have the younger men, the younger black men, as they're now coming up, all of a sudden, now they're moving to the boat. Now, many would try to say, oh, try to be reasonable, try to be... The moment that everyone was trying to tell you to stop, and then when people started arriving, especially the younger ones on y'all level, you need to keep the same attitude that you have. No one's promoting violence, but when it comes to defense, especially the elderly, because again, this is an old man. when he threw his hand, I don't think it was even really a signal. It was more like he was shocked of what was happening because I'm a worker. I'm telling y'all what to do. This large ferry is trying to come through, and you just try to swing on me. And the ladies, like, because I also saw how none of the men were really trying to hit the woman. You saw some of the black women, they were going off to handle them. The one thing I did feel, especially for that one man, that chairman, I did kind of feel how when he hit the one lady that was on the ground, she that's where I feel like it could have it went a little off, because she already had it where those two black ladies had her when she was trying to fight, and she was sitting and doing nothing. And I feel that's why it got to him. But overall, I feel like this is something where the message should be is that cowards really like to fight in numbers until those numbers become equal. Doesn't matter what shade you are under the sun. If you have it to where a group of people are trying to assault you, and then others come to your assistance, and the moment that happens and they start to run, you already know who's going to win that fight. It's hard to say, because I hear the same thing as you were saying, how there are those who are trying to say a win, like, because I don't want to really see it as a race thing. It's more like a thing of, especially those of the youth, the generation. If you're seeing someone who is, especially an older person, who is doing nothing wrong, and you see them getting assaulted, like, you do have to be critical. Because I was actually surprised, since this is especially in the South, that a weapon was not pulled. That was the one thing that surprised me. I was surprised and thankful that no one got shot and hurt. But at the same time, like, this is one of those moments where people had to be critical. And while at the beginning, I'm not going to lie, you could just tell that people just did what happened in the moment. While it wasn't perfect, it's what just happened, what was supposed to be. The hopeful message I think that can be taken from this, because I don't know, I can't remember the other caller. One of them said they could have been drunk. Another one said they could have been prejudiced. Either or, I'm pretty sure the one message would be is that don't start something you ain't willing to finish. Because that's not what was being expected. Is that they was something that was started and they weren't accepting or trying to finish it.
They thought they had the numbers.
Yeah. And the one thing I feel, especially for the black people at the end, which I feel is what many people miss, is that when you saw, because I saw another video, all the white people, when the police arrived, they sat there, they're sitting still and doing nothing. But you saw how you had some brothers and sisters, and they still trying to do something, still trying to get it. So there's moments where even us, we have to know when to
stop.
You gotta know, like, to be careful.
You got to know when to play the victim.
Yeah.
Like, they started it.
And my thing is, like, we all know the cameras are there. We all know the phones are there. Just stop, take that moment. And the moment if one of them tries something, then yes, then you go on. Because the moment the police arrive and they're the first one that sees you swinging, they're going to think it's you. And it's horrible and it's wrong, but that's just the way it is. Now, I'm thankful that there are many cameras and angles that we not only can just see, but we can also hear what's happening. But I don't want to ramble and take this all the time, but thank you for listening.
You good, Miles. You good. I'm enjoying listening to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and hopefully, I mean, there's not really much I can say, because like I said before, cowards are going to fight in numbers. If you ain't willing to finish what you started, then that's just going to be it for you, and that's the end result. I just hope that all those who were charged, especially when they see the footage, that if they're seeing rightfully in self-defense, they will get their thing. And as far as I know, that's never going to happen again from them. I bet you they will not do that again. Thank you for the chat, and hope you have a good night.
You too, Miles. Thanks for calling in, man. Don't be a stranger, all right?
All right.
Miles, got to ask you this. You ready? Oh, God damn, I lost him. All right. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Good call, though. Good call. I enjoy talking to new callers. Always enjoy it. Miles made some good points there too. Miles was like, people, they thought they had the numbers. They thought the numbers were on their side, and the tide shifted quickly. Somebody said too, these people that have good forms. Like, this is a perfect picture. My man jumped up with his flip flops to throw a right hand. Look at this freeze frame right here. My man jumped up with the flip-flops on. That ain't gonna get it done. Karma said, not only that, Foodie, what if y'all hit someone rough on water and you blow your leg off? I guess Karma's talking about bringing a firearm on a boat ride. Stranger things have happened. Trust me, people definitely bring their pistol with them everywhere. I've been on a fishing boat and somebody had a pistol before. Was it in Alabama? Was it in Alabama? Oh, I just know when you it's South Georgia, but once you get on the boat and like you start, you know, going out there on the river further or the lake further enough, you cross over to Alabama at a certain point. Yeah, my boy had the flip-flops on. He jumped up with the right hook with the flip-flops. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Conshonery said, thanks. I used to Miriam and Hugh. Okay, they talking about something else. Phone lines are open. You want to give me your opinion on this topic? 404-692-1766, 404-692-1766. Call in, voice your opinion. I'll put you right in the mix, all right? Somebody said, we need audio. There was a reason that man was so pissed off. What's the reason, Karma? Karma, you know you can call in and voice your opinion anytime. You're a friend of the show, even though you picked Spence and he lost. Come on, Karma, call in and take your licks. Matter of fact, let me open up my IG. Karma, hit me up on IG if nothing else. You got to call in, Karma. You got to get your licks. Come on, Karma. Don't duck the smoke, man. Don't do that, Karma. You better than that. You better than that. You better call in. You talking about happy Saturday to everybody except Dylan White. You forgot Errol Spence last week. You supposed to say happy Sunday to everybody except Errol Spence Jr., Karma. What happened to that? All right, that's neither here nor there. I'll leave her alone. I'll leave her alone. She, in the words of Mo 3, they scared to come outside. It's all good. Nah, that's tuning now, boo. That ain't no shark no more. That's tuning. You need to find your tuner emoji, man. You feel me? It's a wrap. All that big shit, big fish shit from Caskets, boo. That shit got thrown in the deep fryer. Got battered up, seasoned and everything. Shark bites. Shark bites. No, Brandon, stop it, bro. You just got here, nigga. Like, you know how much shit I don't talk all night about other topics just because you got here. No, I'm not done gloating, Brandon. I'm going to gloat forever. I'm going to gloat about this forever. Your boxing record lasts for the rest of your life. So no, I'm not done with it, bro. I'm never going to be done with it. They scared to come outside. Lord knows I'm stepping every day. Yeah, man, we stepping, bro. What you mean? Am I done gloating? No, Brandon. Brandon, call in though. Let me get your take on this opinion, cause let me get your topic, your take on this topic, cause I ain't gonna be here too much longer. My daughter started a new school in the morning, so I got to do some paperwork. So I'm gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna wrap this one up. I might do a members only, and drop a link for the panel. Any members want to join the panel? Cause so I'll do a members only. Let me see what the members talking about. I'll do a members only episode if people want to chop it up. I probably got a little more time in it, but I'll do that for members only. Members only. Everybody else got to call in though. I ain't gonna drop no link. Got to call in if you want to voice your opinion on this topic. And I'm glad I did it this way because I don't feel like people would have got a chance to. Everybody would have got a chance to talk, whether they was black, white. I'm glad we got a lot of people to call in and talk. And if I had a loaded panel here, they would have been talking over each other, or people probably wouldn't have been able to call in and feel like their voice would be heard. 1 second. But nah, Brandon, I ain't done gloating till I see Ben Israel. I got to talk to King Agent Mav, Ben Israel, Karma Serene. I got some people. Everything boxing. Monty Brown. Ricky Williams. I got a couple people I gotta see. Got a couple people I still gotta see. I ain't made all my rounds yet, dog. It's only been a week. They scared to come outside. Lord knows I'm stepping night and day. Oh yeah, they scared to come outside, bro. I ain't done gloating yet. I'll be done gloating when I'm done spending my victory winnings, because I definitely made some bread off this shit. I told y'all I could have made more. I should have made more. I'm mad at myself. I picked the range of the rounds. I didn't pick the exact round. I should have picked the exact round, man. And I spaced it out like I thought it was gonna be later than that, or either it was gonna be real early. I didn't pick that 9th round. I picked a range of rounds, and I still did good though. And I had some prop bets with certain people here and there, and they paid their bets. I got a couple people that's still missing from paying their debts, but it's all good. It's like small little money here and there, and I just get you out of my life for cheap. $5 here, $10 there, $20 here. 469, you on the line. Tell them your name, where you from, neighbor.
Peace, what up, Mark? This is Brandon. Everybody know where I'm from. Hey, check this out. The reason I had to call in real quick is because you was about to start rambling. You was about to start bud rambling, so I had to call in and say
Get me back on topic. Get me back on topic. There we go.
Yeah. What they pulled up for?
Yes,
now,
sir.
you
yes,
know, now you and I both know that when it comes to race, don't nothing sell like race and politics and shit like this. So when this happened, when this happened, I even seen Ricky Smiley commenting on it. Like
I
everybody
saw his video. His video was whack though. He started doing a whole
it was corny.
shit.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, they started doing but you know he did that because he couldn't really give good color commentary without getting in trouble. So he had to kind of, jiggle it up a little bit. That was a stick. He had to do that. But as far as what I seen, I think that we as black people should conduct ourselves like that at all times, and that it should be known that if you touch one of us, that and you out of pocket, that's what's gonna happen, and it should be always on sight, and that will help us about hurting each other. Because once we see each other as allies, then we're not gonna be looking at each other suspicious when we go in certain places. We're gonna be looking at each other as family. So if we can start doing stuff like that, that'll build a bond in the fabric of family and brotherhood and sisterhood within us. Because then they show, when black people see that they got a common enemy, even though we might be scared, because there was a lot of us scared, because there was a bunch of black people talking on the thing, watching, black men just watching. And those of us who had the courage enough to go down and stop it, we did that. So what should be happening in our community right now is that we should be finding out the GoFundMe and the names of all these people that were involved, especially the black people involved, and they should be
the white folks gonna get their
donations.
They gonna get their
do their
donations.
thing. You
Respectfully. Them niggas gonna come out better than they started. Motherfucker might have started out working at Target. You're gonna end this shit with about $100 grand.
And the crazy part, Mark, they gonna be quiet and do it. They not gonna make a big to-do of it, and they're gonna slip right out the back door. While we making a big to-do of crying and dragging and snotting and sneezing and forgiving people who ain't asked to be forgiven, especially after you shoot 9 people in the church, but then as soon as you get to trial, I forgive you. He didn't even ask for y'all forgiveness. Matter of fact, he sneered you last. How can you forgive somebody? Anyway,
talk that shit, Brandon.
But
Brandon, talk that shit. You might be my last call for the night because you cooking, bro. I'm telling you, man. I told you we was cool. We just disagreed about Spence and Crawford, and that shit went out of hand a couple times. But told you, me and you, we cool, bro. Other than that,
always, come on, bro. I told somebody that even when they think that they see this, I made a side on YouTube decent, but they don't realize we have private conversations. It ain't nothing like that. So it's just for YouTube. It's just that one.
It's entertainment, bro. It's entertainment, bro. You got one of my most popular videos so far this month. I'm 7 days in, but you got the most popular video right now. That I titled it. I kind of titled it unfavorably to you, but
they want to hear me fail. Yeah. It's fine. It's the truth. I don't know shit about boxing, but anyway, back to what.
Yeah. Look at me. Every time you try to get out, I try to bring you back in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Hold on. Do I got to drop? Do I still got to drop? No, I ain't got to drop. Do I got it?
Yeah.
Hold on. I got it.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Go ahead. Scarface.
But no, I think that we should always be looking out for each other, and that stuff like that. When we see that it's us against how people treat us, I ain't say us against them. I said the treatment of us. So we should always be on guard for each other about how we treat it, and because we always disrespect it, no matter where we go in life. You know that, Mark. Hell, they disrespect
all over the world. All over the world. The darker you are, the harder you treat it.
They told Oprah, "What you doing with that bag?" You can't afford that bag, $25,000. She was like, you don't know who I am? Am I supposed to?
What? Hold on, I don't know this story. What happened? What happened?
You remember Oprah was in the Hermes store looking at bags.
Oh, they didn't know who she was.
She was somewhere. Right.
Oh, it was overseas. It was
overseas.
overseas.
Right. So she grabbed one of the bags, and the lady came over and was like, hey, you know, that's like a $25,000 bag you touching on. Basically, what you doing? You know, just put it in a place. That's always how it's gonna be. And what we got to do is stop looking the other way and being apologists for that behavior. We got to point it out and say, no, we're not accepting that. And not only that, all of us are not accepting it. That's what you call getting on code, where you see a certain behavior that needs to change. The way that the behavior changes in our community is we stop beating up on each other and beat up on who? People. There you go. That's who you beat up on. And I ain't saying physically, because you can't, after a while, big guns and gunships. You know what happened. If that would have lasted too long, you know, that's how race riots come. That's how, and then the law enforcement usually goes on the side of the taxpayer or the person that represents America abroad, and that's the white man. You see how the black dude was programmed, grab the black officers. Why did you grab the black people first? Because you programmed to do that. Because they represent the most threat in your mind, not the people who started jumping.
Is it possible he's the only one that had a weapon? I heard a caller say, well, look, I understand why, and it was a black guy who said that. Said, hey, look, that guy had a weapon.
But I saw the video. I just saw them targeted. What it was, I think the police officers felt comfortable dealing with the black people because they know them. And then you can even see them. It was about comfortability. And because he felt comfortable in his people, he's going to go get his people first. He ain't going to touch that. He didn't go get on it, even though I did see one of them knock that white lady down. That was kind of funny. But but outside of that, yeah, I think that if we practice this behavior abroad, not just fighting and acting a fool, but anytime we see each other distressed, we stop and say, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, black man? Can I help you? What's going on, sis? Can I help you? Instead of being afraid of each other because we prey on each other. Because I can pull over and you can see me and be like, oh, got me one. I was watching a video, and I'm gonna let you go. I was watching a video of the water boys in Atlanta. I didn't know they was that aggressive. Man, why y'all coming to people's windows acting and then they fighting amongst each other? One of them tells, man, just throw me a bill, just throw me $100, man, we're gonna split it, because they ran up to a Rolls Royce. He's like, man, we're gonna split it. So the other dude, the other little water boy, which is how we treat each other, crabs in the barrel. Nigga, you don't want, we ain't gonna split, nigga, you trying to get you a gram. Like, they arguing amongst each other at this car, and they together, when this car drive off, they both back broke again. But that just shows you how the psyche of us is young. We don't give a damn about each other. We just want the dollar. Capitalism. We want that dollar.
Could that be that group right there, though? Could that just be them?
It's just that's a microcosm of how we talk. Mark, if you go out, even though you married, we can run an experiment, not with you, I'm just saying in general, that you can ask most women, what do they value in a man first? They're going to be talking about some goddamn money. Not that he got good morals, not that he's a good man, not that he may be even a God-fearing man, not a man that's going to protect you, a man that's going to be loyal, a man that's going to be honorable. They talking about a goddamn pocket, a dollar, a piece of paper. That's how you judge. So I ain't gonna get too deep, man.
No, we
you know how I look like
this is the show to get that deep.
Okay.
Like you said, I ain't gonna get that deep. This the show. Why the security guard throw his head up in the air like he Bobby Shmurda or something, like before he got active?
Because that was it. He like, that's it. This job over. You know how we do. Well, so I ain't gonna have this job no more. Let's get to the business. I ain't do that. Oh, fuck the security guard shit. Let's get to the business. You done hit me. You know how it go. Come on, we know black people like this. Man, fuck his job. That was his fucking job.
And if it weren't for this, right? I get it now. That's when I'm throwing it up. Man, I would have threw that hat in that man's face like a ninja star, bro. Obscure his vision a little bit, and then rush his ass, your big ass, rush him and throw him in the water. Fuck it. That's one out the way. Like, No tactic, no
But
form.
even the chair,
ironically
situation,
too.
even the
Look,
chair
I'm just seeing this video. I just realized most people on this boat are black folks too. I didn't notice that.
Goddamn right.
The racial component right here. I don't know if y'all can see the screen. This riverboat, it's a lot of lashes and micros up here. A lot of gold teeth. See a lot of gold teeth up here. It's a lot of gold teeth smiling. I'm just saying, it's Alabama. See a lot of herringbone chains. I seen somebody up here with the damn finger waves in 2023.
You knew it was Alabama, man.
These niggas still got finger waves and
fat
shit.
ass black. Hey man, look. We America's obese. You know
Period.
what I mean?
Like, don't say Alabama, because I used to live in Texas. There's some big motherfuckers in
America.
Texas.
I said America, bro. I said
You was
America.
close though. You was close. I know some niggas out there in Alabama. They live in the drive-through. Period. Nigga, that's what they do. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. They getting the egg McMuffins.
Running.
Yeah, like egg McMuffins for breakfast, burgers for lunch, and they getting some wings for somewhere on dinner, nigga. That's what they do.
Hey, Mark, this how I knew it was gonna go down. When I see the black dudes with their shirt off, running, jumping up and down like they're ready for, you know how we do. We be running, jumping up and down. Yeah, we be skipping. He was skipping. You know, what you think of Aquaman
swimming over there? It was a young brother that was swimming over there. I just found out he was 16 years old. He was a kid trying to get active.
So proud. You see, let's get like. Hey, every time I hear that, I think of Bud slapping that thing. You know we can get active. I felt that. I'm like, active. We need to put that on loop. We need to put that on loop.
Yeah.
Get active.
I loved it.
But that needs to be seen. That need to be seen. Like, look, y'all ain't gonna just be slapping us around and pushing us around and telling us what we can and can't be, and then we gotta sit there. Well, we're just gonna call the police, and then the police walk up, and then you gotta explain in what happened. They looking at you crazy. Man, we ain't got time for all that sometimes. Sometimes it just got to go down the way it got to go down. We have to know that we got to trust each other. That's the thing about us, man. Because we each other's enemy sometimes. A lot of times, we each other's enemy, and we see each other like that. When I go into the store, I ain't worried about with no damn white boy. I'm looking for people who look like me because it's easy for them to hurt me because I look like them, and we already have a filthy self-hatred. So you're not gonna think much of me. When it's time to hurt me, the first thing gonna come out another person's black person. Man, fuck that nigga, man. And humanism go right out your mind. And when you got a gun, you look at that gun and say, I wish a nigga would fuck with me. I kill me a nigga he fuck with me. I got this gun.
Speak up, fix your audio. You starting to sound muffled.
My bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is that better or no?
Yeah, you better. Go ahead.
So we had these thoughts in our mind. You know, we're not thinking about hurting nobody else that we know that's the face of oppression to us. These people the face of oppression to us, and we know it. We got to be careful when we go certain places. We got to be careful how we speak in certain areas. This not even talking about black neighborhoods, because you got to be careful in them areas too. You be careful about what time you go into certain stores, what neighborhoods you go in. Hell, in some cities that we live in, we can't wear certain hats. Some people in Houston, I can't wear my Houston Astros hat. I can't wear my Dallas Cowboys hat. And it's only me. If a white man walked in with that hat on, they wouldn't press him because they know it's an army behind him. They know if I hurt this one white man, it's going to be 1,000 police officers ready to take my head. They know that. But if you hurt me, shit, you call them and say, we got a black male, 2 black males, 1 black male slain, 1 black male injured. Shit, what that mean? Oh, the niggas over there killing each other over hats and colors. You don't think them people look at us when the paramedic pull up and be like, why he kill him? Oh, because he had on why he shoot him? Because he had on a different color. Or he had on a hat that represented the neighborhood. Man, that's a sports hat. That hat say Houston Astros. No. They got a secret meaning. What? A hat? These are the type of environments we got to maneuver through. Then we got to go to work and deal with the disrespect of going to work. So all of these things that go into the psyche of us. But I was proud to see that. I hope that and I ain't talking about violence. I hope that we can get together and do something other than that. You know, we good at fighting together and kicking ass. You know, we'll do that. You know, what? Who said what? You know, we good at that. But let's get together and try to make sure that don't happen again. Let's make sure that that black security guard, let's make sure he's taken care of where he don't have to work no more. We need to GoFundMe. Let's pay his house out.
I tell you,
let's
if he was white, bro,
good.
he would have a GoFundMe and probably have $100 grand in that bitch already by Monday morning.
You already
bro,
know,
they look out. They be going in.
We need to do that. But that's why we need an organization for that. Where's our Black Anti-Defamation League, where they watch the coach, and if you get out of line and say anything about them, they're on your ass, and they got resources and shit to back that up. They'll sue you. They'll try to bring a criminal case against you. They'll Kanye you, pull your money out of a bank. You like, wait a minute, Kanye said something over here, but how can y'all tell me that y'all not doing business? An American business financial entity said, we're not going to do business with you. Not only that, you got to come get your money. And the other bank said, you can't even put your money in here. So that shows you it ain't about money. But salute, bro. I got to get back to work.
I got one more question for you. I got a quick question for you. Quick question. Somebody in the chat said white people have more hate and wish more harm onto other white people than any other race. Do you agree or disagree with that?
They have more fun. Think about it. They have more fun fucking with people that don't look like them. It's easy to go kick black people in their ass. It's easy. Let's experiment on them. Let's shoot them. Let's kick them in their ass. Let's deprive them of everything that's human. No, y'all live in a project. No, we'll put y'all over here. Oh no, y'all want food? We're gonna give you the worst food. We're gonna put all the drive-throughs in y'all area. We're gonna give y'all the worst food. We're gonna make sure that y'all where y'all live is food desert. They might have 2 or 3 grocery stores within a 30-mile radius, and then what kind of food is the grocery store selling? It's selling. It's not selling Whole Foods. How many Whole Foods are in black people's neighborhoods? So, I mean, we can go down this rabbit hole all day, man. But I gotta get back to work. Salute to you, man, for holding this show down.
No. Salute to Terrence Bud Crawford, man. Shout out to Bud Crawford putting all this together, man. Bringing us together, man.
Yeah,
he brought us together,
didn't
man.
bring me together.
No, he brought us together, man.
The barbershop
Who?
did.
What? Who? Nigga, never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Don't hit the button.
Struggle shop. Fuck out of here. All right, Brandon. You know how to ruin a good call. With a whack ass shout out. But go ahead. All right, whatever. Fuck that nigga. All right. Oh, he's loving this. Oh man. I don't even watch that nigga show. But he's loving this. He's loving this. See, I told you. Look what black people are doing. They're attacking good white folks. This is a good community. They're attacking the taxpayers. Like, don't get me on, homie. Whatever, though. Somebody said Brandon Washington because those people run the country. They control financial infrastructure. Small hats. AP said big facts. Conshari said, yeah, dump violence. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Violence is in a whole is bad. But when you start attacking motherfuckers, man, you gotta be prepared to everybody there ain't gonna just sit there and be a part of the watch party. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna turn this shit into SummerSlam. Oh, yeah, it's gonna get active. Like Team Crawford said. Yeah. Let me see. What time is it? I got 15 minutes, man. 15 minutes, and I'm landing this plane. 15 minutes. Let's try to get these calls out. 404-692-1766. 404-692-1766. I'll take a couple more calls. 404-692-1766. Or you can subscribe. Or you can follow me on IG. Click the Instagram, and you can click the call button there. You can call me on Instagram. Somebody said you got to check out. No. Hold on, I'm replying to Foodie. Shout out to Foodie. I see Foodie. I'm replying to you on IG right now. I'm watching that. Yeah, I'm replying to Foodie in real time. It's a live show, y'all. Yeah, I'll be replying to my DMs on IG and Twitter at the same time. All right, let me see what they're saying in the chat. And if I don't get no more calls, I can land the plane. Matter of fact, Lady Shan, you up? Matter of fact, let me call Lady Shan. I'm gonna call her just on random. Just call her ass. Lady Shan, answer the phone. This is me. Call your ass. It's your girl, Lady Shannon. Yeah. What should be on? Rah. Oh, you sent me a. Oh. Call Lady Shan. See if she's gonna pick up the phone. Oh no. I'm gonna call her on WhatsApp. I'm gonna call you on WhatsApp. That's what I need to put up here. I need to have my WhatsApp number up here so I can call people on Sugar Lady Shannon. What you be saying?
I'm sorry,
Rep
I
none
cut you
less.
off on accident.
What you say? Rep none less. What you say? Rep none less.
Rep none less.
Yeah. What's good, boo? How you feel?
I'm okay. I was just watching on Twitter. Someone just sent me the link of that footage with the soundtrack down by the river. I'm dying. I'm fucking dying.
Talk to me, Shan. Shout out to you in the UK. So you see what's happening over here with your American brothers and sisters. What's your take on the topic?
Do you know what? I would have, if I was there, I would have loved to have got involved. But the only reason why I wouldn't have is because of the guns. I'm surprised there's no guns happening. Nobody got shot for real, or a gun didn't get pulled out on. That would be. But if that was happening, if that incident happened in the UK, I would definitely be involved.
I
would definitely be involved. No, for real. If that happened, because I wouldn't. There's no fear of a gun.
Oh yeah, well y'all have knives and machetes and
but then
sticks, brass knuckles. Y'all got everything but a gun.
Yeah, but I'd rather battle all of that. And those types of old people that it looks like that were there, they wouldn't have no knives and brass knuckles, would they?
But look, at some point, wouldn't you have looked at it and be like, they look like they got it covered. They don't need
the black people.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general, you would have been like the people, well, whoever you were trying to help. Whoever you was trying to help, you like, because they had.
I'm trying to help the black people.
They had numbers on both sides at some point. It's a whole little melee. Like, do you need to add one more case to the charges? Would your man? Would your family? Like, you got a family? Like, would you just leave your family to go get into a random street fight?
That incident, if we was all out on the river, the water, and I saw that incident play out in real time, I would have to, you don't just do that to the security guard. What does he do? And then everybody's jumping him. Are you fucking mad? Nah. You're not doing that round here. Nah. I'd have to get involved. But the only reason, like I said, if it wasn't in Alabama, I would get involved. But because it was down south, there's going to be, someone will pull out a gun. What can you do when you're dead?
Oh, you go see St. Peter's or some shit, whatever they call it in Catholic. Ain't it St. Peter? They call it go see St. Peter in Catholic.
Say someone, yeah, and then the geezer that jumped into the river and swam to the other side. Shouts out to him. That's dedication. Yeah, I'm with it.
16. They said Aquaman was 16, man.
I'm with it though. I'm with it. Shouts out to us, man. We're not taking no shit. Black people's pissed off now. We've had enough.
Do you think this should be? What do you think about Terrence Bailey saying, if people would have responded this way, George Floyd would still be alive? What do you think of that?
I only heard when you said that. I must have joined after that call, but when you did mention that, that was, I think we didn't do enough at that point. Those police, I guess the police have got guns, innit? But I think we should have did more. We shouldn't have watched him just die like that. We shouldn't have.
Somebody could have ran up and soccer kicked that motherfucker and just took off running. Like, somebody gonna have to chase you or do something. Y'all, now you don't disrupt it. the hold
Right.
a little bit, and then he can breathe a little bit
Right.
more.
Right. I don't know why we didn't do anything. Just took our phones out and just was like, okay. I can't even
Because when you do that, you got a worse case than a nigga that's getting held down. Like he might have just been getting charged with a counterfeit. You got assault on a government official, assault on a police officer, assault with a deadly weapon because you kicked him with a foot. Like they'll stack the charges up on you. Obstruction of justice. They'll just stack a whole bunch of charges with you. I just feel like it's easy to say we should have. People would jump in, but more times than not, people be like, "Well, he must have did something."
Yeah, I get it. I've already. The reason why I could say I probably would run up on the police, I've already done. It's not to brag, but I've already got an assault, and I've already been convicted over here for assault on a police officer. So it's whatever the weather.
You a thug, nigga? Fucking thuggish rugged bomb. It's the thuggish rugged Shan. Thuggish rugged Shan.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? You do what you got to do at the time, and I'd be well and prepared to have a charge like that for George Floyd. You know, fuck it. That was out of order. That was sad. So to see the vote thing play out, I mean, shout out to black people. There was no reason for that guy to do that to the security guard, and people calling in going, "Oh, I don't want to see if it's a black versus white thing." It is. It was. Clearly is. It was a black versus white thing. That's how we it, aren't we? Especially it's down south in Alabama, and people have already got, there's already high tensions are high with, from the history of what's happened, and then you come and do all this shit, and you've had to live through Trump doing all this shit, and then you're just down at he's just doing his job, and you think because you're white you can just go down and kick him over and think that's all good. Nah. All get dragged up. The blonde girl got dragged up on the floor. I've been dying watching footage. I've repeated it. It's hilarious.
What you think of the guy hitting the girl with a chair? You think he went too far?
Yeah.
Because he hit a dude with a chair, then he hit a girl with a chair, and she was on the ground already.
In war, mate, we don't care. It's what it is. What it is. It is what it is. There's no rules. There's no rules in war.
No rules.
No, there ain't. So it's whatever. We got hit with the chair, you get hit with the chair, you partake in whatever. You want to hit someone with the chair, then you hit someone with the chair. It goes both ways. It's whatever.
Like
whoever
nunchucks.
comes out standing.
She said it go both ways. I said like nunchucks. You said go both ways. Like nunchucks.
Yeah, like nunchucks. They go both ways. So I'm down with it, man. Shouts out to them. What happened to them? Did they all get? I see the police. Did they all get arrested?
A lot of people got arrested. Not everybody. Some people turned on the jets. Some people knew how to turn it down when the cops came up. It's like, that's him. That's who did it. Like some people was like, fuck that. I'm still going. They act like they don't see the police right there. But like and unfortunately, with some of us, the black folks kept fighting when the police came. Some of the white folks knew how to turn into instant victims.
It was him.
Oh yeah, they got that IV in real quick. Instant victim, IV fluid. It was like, oh no, oh my God, no, he did it. It was Tyrone.
I want to see what the follow up is if that hits the news and you see all the people that's arrested faces on the news. Like it's like they're going to be brought up to they're in county jail and then they go to see the judge tomorrow.
Shit crazy.
Yeah, but shouts out to them, man. I was like, yeah.
But a lot of people been held and arrested. No, last time I looked at the shit, that was 28 minutes into my live. When I started the live, I found the most recent article. Nobody has been officially charged, black or white. Nobody has claimed any injuries neither. They just seem like everybody's like, all right, let's just let this shit be over. We had a fight. It's time to go home.
Oh, I know I shouldn't be laughing, but you got to, don't you? Yeah, shouts out if there's no charges been pressed. Because I think the police at this point, they just know it's not worth it. It was us that started it, for real. And if we try to press charges, if we try and just, be one-sided for black people, we don't know what's going to happen. We may have a riot on our hands. You know, they just know. Sometimes you got to decide what battle you're going to fight in, man. Then the police, shouts out to them. They just said, fuck it, we'll arrest you. Like, we'll let you sit down in the county jail for a few hours, and then we'll all release you without charges being, pressed, brought forward. So I hope it stays like that.
So you got any final thoughts on this shit before I close it down? You want to plug and promote anything?
Oh, good. I'm in stitches. You got to check. I will send you the link for Down by the River version of it, all right? I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send me the link. Send me the link. I want to check it out.
Shouts out to you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for
I won't have it no other way. I appreciate you, sis.
Thank you. See you later, babe. Bye-bye.
Shout out my girl, Lady Shan. All right. That was the last call, man. I'm closing it down. Good call. Good call. A lot of people in the chat are saying it's not going to be any charges pressed. All right. We shall see. We shall see. But that's it for me, man. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. Hope you guys enjoyed this pop-up episode over here at Breaking Beats. You already know what we do. We break down the business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, social injustice, and current events, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for supporting the show in a major way. Shout out to the real ones that called in. People, it takes a lot of courage, man, to call in and voice your opinions and put your thoughts out there. Even if you don't know if somebody, especially if you have a difference of opinion, it takes a lot of courage to do that versus people just trolling in the chat. That's easy. That's some coward shit, trolling in the chat. But shout out to the real ones that are calling and voice their opinion. And shout out to the chat too, the people who are doing things in the chat to actually move the show forward, actually supporting the show. Not that trolling shit. I don't respect that. Fuck out. Get the fuck up out of here, nigga. All right, let's close this shit out with a neighbors only roll call, because without the neighbors, the show wouldn't be the show at this level. And we well on our way. Well on our way.
What up?
To 17K, and I couldn't do it without you.
What up, gangsta?
Like I said, man, I got an early morning tomorrow. My daughter's starting a new school, and I gotta be there. Gotta be there for this. Got some paperwork to sign, paperwork to look over. I need to. I met the teacher twice already. I need to meet the teacher a third or fourth time. Fuck that. I was doing when I went for my parent teacher meeting before school started. I was like, yo, are you CPR certified? Like the whole nine. Yes, I am. Like, when is the last time you got recertified, or when you up for recertification? Because I'll be back to check in on you, bitch. I'm checking in. Yeah. Shout out to Con Shonnery. Been a member for 11 months, man. He said, thanks, Mark. Great show, man. No, thank you for supporting the show in a major way. I couldn't do it without you. And shout out to, like I said, man, shout out to everybody who called in and voiced their opinion on this topic. It was a little change up from the norm. I know we did a lot of boxing coverage for a lot of weeks leading up, or a couple months leading up to the big fight that happened last Saturday, but it's over, man. It's over. If need be, if we got some other storylines that's stemming from that fight, we can talk about it. But for the most part, man, I love talking to y'all about a lot of shit other than boxing. So we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna continue to build, especially on members only. And I appreciate y'all supporting the show in a major way.
What up?
Let's give a shout out to all the members, man. Let's take it from the top, take it from the tippity. Megazar, welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Shout out to my guy Megazar. He got a dope album out right now. It's called Diamonds Amongst Men. Diamonds Amongst Men. Check out his album. Let him know Mark Nash sent you, all right?
What up, gangsta?
Ace Retro, let's go. Cam, Lay Low, Titus the Titan, Mr. Pads, Adam Kelly, all the way in Australia. Ill Status Boxing, Patricia Shelton, that guy Clips 330 early. The Boxing Scholar, God Body, Scants Rants, Seen and Unseen Boxing, Deuce Times, Stephen Bateman, all the way in Australia. Mama, we made it. Shout out to I Know Boxing. Tell Toya, Tank the Sweet Science Examiner, Ricardo Johnson, Rockman, Juan Davila Darilla, aka Epoxy Magic, AJ, he don't play, Johnny Goodman, what's up, man? Electro Jet, stay getting his bread. My boy TY, stay fly. Miguel Ramos. Philip H, the all-time great. Abigail Hollis in Wisconsin. Holla. Shout out to On the Mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. Good call, man, to open the show up and start the conversation. I appreciate you. I am Cam Edwards. Exo Factory. Dub Right Side. Mr. Golden, he stay holding, aka the back end king. Raheem Dream Raheem the Dream Soto. Mr. Like That, I see you in the chat. Just like that. Thank you so much for supporting the show, bro. Girl behind the mic, aka Memory, my girl Memo. John Norrie came to tell his story. What's popping with Major Key Boxing? Lady Shan Dundam season, my UK girl all the way in London town. Thanks for closing the show out in a major way, sis.
What up, gangsta?
Cooking with the champ, aka Champion Heart. On the floor with Shelton Moore. Sam from Washington, aka SLG, my G. Appreciate you. Sam F. Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. That's F Merritt. Kendall. D-Lo 404 Boxing. Shout out to Carmen Serene with the Serene Saturdays. Nick Rich in this bitch. Aaron Parker, the Big Talker. Taylor Bell, TabTechUnlockSim.com. Unlock your next device today. Transcendent Sports Channel, my Filipino brother from another, all the way in Canada. Fistiana Fights, she just might. Jacob Sims, that's him. Haplo, let's go. MFB, Miss Queen Sun kissed, and yes, she was kissed by the sun. Mwah. Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel Donaire, that's 9-time champion Nonito, on his way to the Hall of Fame, and we're going to support him every step of the way. True Media Today, USA Boxing, that's Coach Malachi Williams. What up, Coach? Pudo. Food Revolution, aka Foodie with the Beauty. KP from KC5. Matt Wade got a dope single out called Papa Daddy. Y'all check him out. Beyond Above Media. Pittsburgh T, aka Mark. You was right. Spence cannot beat Crawford.
What up, gangsta?
SF City Slicker. It's Mex. Right up now, Mex. I can't believe you missed this show tonight. Mex would have loved this one. I hate Mex missed this one. Rider of the Storm. Here to There. Nettie Yoel. Cliff Bailey. Con Shawnery. Lisa Bell. She never fails. HOD. Cooking with Sir Senior. Brandon Washington. D Bevel the Champ. And of course, the little fish himself, my good brother Derek Lincoln.
What up, gangsta?
All right, man. I appreciate everybody for your time, your energy. I love y'all. Hope you love yourself. If not, guess what? God loves you. So does Mark Nash and the neighborhood here breaking beats. Always remember, man, dreams require sleep. Goals require effort. You can go out there and you can go to the description block of this and every video, cop some of the merch, support the show. Yeah, and get something tangible for supporting the show. Get you a t-shirt or hoodie. It's getting cold, man. Those hoodies are dope too. Sweatshirts are fly too, especially we got like a chain. Want to throw your chain over the little hoodie, you know what I'm saying? I mean, over the t-shirt or over the sweatshirt. Yeah. We got some new merch too on the site, and I'll update the banners as well so you guys can see the merch. But that's all I got, man. I'll see y'all on our flagship show tomorrow. I'll tell you all about my daughter's first day of school, and we'll talk about some more current events, boxing topics, hip-hop, race, religion, whatever. I don't know. People be hitting me up right before the show sometimes. It'd be like 8, 9 o'clock. They be like, so what we talking about tonight, nigga? And I'll be like, I don't even know, bro. I'm trying to take me a nap before the show. But we'll figure it out. Shout out to my cousin King Dro right here. My brother. Love you. But he's actually my blood cousin. Love you, cuz. And that's all I got for that one, man. I appreciate your time, your energy. Like I said, man, respect is free. Disrespect gonna cost you everything. Your family, your freedom, your finances, most importantly, your life. So let's show each other love. Let's show each other respect. Sometimes we're gonna agree. Sometimes we're gonna disagree. But never forget this, homeboy. Wrong drop. Never forget this, homeboy.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
And I mean that shit. Drive, motherfucker.
This that squad side.
subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him. So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Nah, Dr. Mark, God made this possible. God made all this possible, and so did viewers like you. I see you guys, I would say tomorrow. If you're on the West Coast, I'll see you tomorrow. If you're on the East Coast, I'll see y'all later on today or this evening. Love y'all. Peace.